This episode of the Dapper Dads podcast is brought to you by Studio Headphones. Now, if you're like me and you have a big old head and big old ears, but you still want to look a little bit stylish, pop on some Studio Headphones. Small, but still effective. Bluetooth, now I can do whatever I want, wherever I want, and still hear all the bangers I require to function on a daily basis. So go over to www.studio.com. Use the coupon code DAPPERDADS for 15% off. Get yourself some headphones and step your life up. www.studio.com and use the promo code DAPPERDADS for 15% off.
Nobody likes a dick, you know, and obviously...
Beg to differ.
And we can all beg to differ a little bit there.
Yes, I will trade soapy breasts for comically large sunglasses. These girls got bored and they all took shits in the front yard and put sticks in them and made each other smell their shit sticks until they puked in the yard.
I love everything about that. This is it. We're finally doing this shit all over again.
It's the voice of Slim, who you guys thought was gone forever.
Oh my God, yeah.
Thank you for the overwhelming support in favor of Slim.
Yeah, absolutely. But
It's made it very apparent if I were to quit that no one would give a shit, but also the podcast wouldn't exist.
I would personally like to say thank you to all my fans out there for the undying support when they thought I was leaving the show, but also fuck everybody in the clique they claim if they thought Kurt was going to run this shit without me here.
It's forever Dapper Dads. If one of us dies, this whole thing dies. No one can replace us unless it's a very well-crafted lookalike.
Well, what I was going to do was
if you look a lot like Slim, get at me.
Well, I was actually going to stuff you if you died before me and just like place you there.
Yeah.
But then like
you can't edit the podcast.
But I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And then everyone will stop listening because of the audio quality anyway.
Yeah. So I mean, if I'm not on the show, they won't listen because it's not going to be funny. But if you're not on the show, they're not going to listen because the quality is going to be terrible.
They just can't.
It's an Ouroboros. That's why it has to be us forever.
It is
pretty
erotic.
much.
I agree.
It's an erotic Ouroboros.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. Speaking of erotic other words, www.thedapperdads.com. We got soapy boobs.
Yes. Oh my God, did we get soapy boobs? Finally.
along with
I'm going to need you to, you can't even pull them up. Can you pull them up on your computer?
I'm not going to pull up soapy boobs. This is a work environment and I don't want to get fired.
I thought that was what we did on Casual Fridays.
That's casual before and after the podcast. You know, we always look at soapy boobs.
Always.
But we got some with a very well described synopsis of the movie Ghost. And it was, I was going to throw my phone away because I didn't know what was going on. And it was just exploding. So shout out Emilio.
Yes,
I think we can say.
You. Yes,
he
we can
gave
say
us
his name.
several soapy boobs.
Yes. They're not his boobs for what it's worth.
I mean, I didn't do the hard research. We got to fact check these boobs.
I think I could say this freely on the show. I've seen Emilio naked enough that I know those aren't his breasts at all.
You don't know what he's packing now.
I mean, I don't know. He did recently send me a video of him running in the snow going, Gene Kelly, motherfucker.
I saw that.
I didn't see any breasts, so.
So yeah, send us more soapy boobs, I suppose. We're gonna do a reverse Google image search to find the origin of the boobs we were sent. It's like a fun scavenger hunt for us.
It's like when labels put like a tag out on albums when they get leaked so they can find the reviewer that leaked the album. Yeah. It's like that. We're going to reverse track the soapy boobs.
The worst is when you downloaded the leaked album and you never get around to updating the correct version. So I've like an Atmosphere album from like a decade ago that has tags all through it. And I'm always just like, one day I'll download the normal version. Support it. I mean, I'll buy it.
Back in the day, I remember I was really into Stone Sour because, you know, I was a Slipknot freak as a kid. Yeah. And they had that song Through the Glass come out, and the first edit that came out that you could download on LimeWire.
Wow.
Topical. It had very loud censor beeps placed throughout, but they were over the music, but the volume was like way over what the song is, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So you could listen to the song, but you had to listen to it very quietly and then deal with the beeps throughout. And I remember...
It's like when I censor the podcast and I forget to turn the levels down on it.
Yeah, that never happens, though. I mean, we're so strict about the quality on here.
Yeah, this one will have 0 bleeps. We've been told to stop bleeping things out. Our PR department is kind of getting on our ass about all the legalities of the things we say and the repercussions that are tremendously pouring in. Speaking of pouring in tremendously, we got some submissions that we're going to get to.
Oh my God, did we get
some submissions? So yeah, go to www.thedapperdads.com, find every streaming source. We're on Spotify, YouTube, Bandcamp, Google Play for some reason, TuneIn, Stitcher, things that no one uses. We've looked at the stats.
We can see what you're listening on.
Yeah, we can see a lot of information about you. So send us all the other information,
including your full government name.
Yep, or submit anonymously at the website. It's a nice website. Buy some merch there too. www.thedapperdads.com/shop. We're working on revamping this store with some new items. So once I figure it out, because the overwhelming, crushing defeat of everything that we have to do isn't enough. So I'm also, touching it up so you guys can buy some fucking merch already.
Got some fantastic new designs coming. I'm very excited to see what hits shelves this summer.
Oh god, yeah, the shelves. They're gonna hit the shelves.
High demand for this product, from my understanding. Lots of pre-orders.
Yes, lots of DapperDadsPodcast@gmail.com if you want to send us an email, like what Slim's doing right now in the video. Which I know the video didn't work last time. We get all the emails. We know what's happening. We figured out the technical issues that we were having.
Put in work. Video works.
Yeah, video works. Let's not jinx it. Call 402-7-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. We got one of our best voicemails ever that we'll be getting into.
Yes.
Leave us a voicemail. We'll play it on the show. You'll hear your beautiful voice. It isn't as bad as you think. And then text us things too. Follow us on Twitter @DapperDads. Follow us on Instagram @DapperDadsPodcast. Is that everything? Is that enough for you fucking people?
Twitter?
Jesus
Did we do Twitter?
Christ. No, Twitter. Yeah, we did Twitter.
Yeah, we do Twitter.
Yeah, we
tweet.
We do Twitter.
We tweet.
We tweet a bit.
I tweet mad ramblings at my personal Twitter if you want to check that out.
Yeah, my personal Twitter is way more lit. It's weird to decide, like, when you've got a good one, like, which outlet it goes to now.
Yeah.
Is this a Dapper Dad's tweet, or is
Can
this
you imagine
Brain Dead Drama tweet?
Can you imagine explaining this to someone, like, back in the 90s?
No.
Like,
no.
Like I was going to say,
you
like,
can't
50 years
explain
ago.
a podcast to a lot of people still.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you know
odd.
what I mean?
But, like, there's such a culture behind it, and it's like
There
the
is.
culture
It's
is so
catching up.
supportive,
It's supposed to be the best year for podcasts. That's why we're here, so we can be the leader in that race, because I don't see any competitors.
We're the best podcast it's ever been.
This is true. All the feedback is overwhelming.
It really is overwhelming. Y'all are way too kind to a couple of piece of shit dads like us.
Yeah, all the underwear in the mail is interesting, but we do appreciate it. What else? Is that it? Episode 39?
Yeah, let's get into this bitch.
Oh, no. Thanks for tuning in. We're done?
Yeah, that's pretty much
the
it.
new format is just the promo.
Just advertisements.
Yeah.
We didn't sell out. We bought in.
Yeah, you got to get ahead of the curve with these type of things.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't even know where to begin. It's been quite the week.
God, has it? It is... Feels like a year, a very dark year since
felt
the
like
last time
a long year. We had a wild weekend. Well, some of us did. Some of us slept.
Some of us slept and worked.
Some of us went to record store day and got a tattoo.
So let's
no records. Didn't get any records. Got a tattoo.
I would say that's better than getting records.
Yeah, I didn't even really try to get the records. didn't know where to go, but I got a tattoo and it was beautiful.
How was it? Was like it a good experience compared to getting other tattoos?
I feel like I'm a masochist, like a little bit of pain.
Well, I mean,
it's like a top 5 anxiety for me is tattoos, like self-induced anxiety.
Yeah.
The whole like night before and like the day of, I'm like, oh god, because I don't get them very often, and you forget like what it feels like and whatever. And so yeah, I was like, I even told her it was Jenny Teisman. If you're in the Rockford area, she works at Delicious Ink. Hit her up. She does phenomenal work.
Incredible.
She's given me 2 tattoos now. Yeah, she did a fun record store day thing where she had some pre-designed things. I went out of the box and sent her a design. It'll be posted at some point. It's still healing. I bleed a lot. You bleed a lot when you get tattoos? I bleed like a monster.
I didn't used to, but as I got older, for some reason, I bleed a whole terrible lot. I remember
my
when
blood's just getting real thin.
Yeah, for some reason, it's all that water.
I get a nosebleed and I wake up 3 days later. Yeah. I'm a hemophiliac, they say.
I'm just there in the hospital with flowers. Hey, buddy, you just got shit up your nose. You're like,
yeah, I've had shit up my nose. But yeah, I fucking.
What's your number one self-induced anxiety? Because you said that's in your top 5. So what would be like your number 1?
Talking to people.
Just in general?
Just having to go out in public, probably, because it's the most common one.
I think part of my thing is my most self-induced is I feel this need to be overwhelmingly polite to people because it's like...
Oh, I've noticed. It's scary.
Well, because nobody likes a dick, and obviously...
Beg to differ.
And we can all beg to differ a little bit there. But everybody likes a little dick every now and then.
Hey, nothing wrong. Sprinkle it in.
Not that there's anything wrong with it.
Nice Tuesday night.
But I mean, like, I'm just... my size, the way I look, it draws attention. We've been over
I know.
this, you know. So it's like if
horrifying, some have said.
Obviously,
absurd. Others have said.
Obviously, I'm going to draw attention. So if I'm going to be getting attention, I don't want to be like outwardly negative or mean to people, because you don't want to be that big giant asshole going around that everyone's like, he's a huge dick. Nobody likes him, you know.
I mean,
I
don't mind people talking about me being a huge dick.
I mean, you can call me Big Dick as long as you say Big Dick's back in town every time I come around.
Yeah, we've seen the sweater.
Oh yeah, that's actually a picture of me from the future. If you didn't know it, I'm one of those time travelers you read about on the crazy blogs.
I don't know why we went back to this time.
Yeah, I don't know.
We went back to before the podcast because the fame got to be too much. We couldn't walk through a mall without everyone screaming.
Got to be like Kanye level fame, and you started saying all kinds of crazy shit on
Twitter.
I
was excited for that day when I can just really let loose. But people were like, you can still stand behind him because he makes quality music.
I can't 100%. I can't wait till the day I wake up, because like you got to think like Migos has had to have situations like this when Offset went to jail and stuff like that, where they
said offensive things.
No, they woke up and like they looked at their phone and they got like 1,000 texts from people being like, yo, Offset's going to jail, Offset's going to jail. So I'm waiting for that day I wake up to 1,000 texts and be like, did you hear what Drama did? Did you see the video on TMZ? Did you see that? I'm just like,
fuck TMZ.
Fuck TMZ.
I want to get too big for our britches. It's like, I'm excited to get real Hollywood and just cut people off. That's all I'm getting in this for.
I'm waiting for that very Hollywood type moment where I have to choose between like a loved one and the fame, you know?
And you choose the fame, of course.
Well, yeah, of course, because
you worked harder for the fame.
Yeah, exactly, because they're like, yo,
out.
you don't come around anymore. You aren't the same person anymore. All you do is care about the Dapper dads. That's all I ever hear out of your mouth.
Real friends.
Dapper bullshit. Just very slowly starts fading. Their voice fades out and the song just comes in, and then it's just me walking very slowly around downtown, smoking cigarettes, flicking them at all the buildings.
Yeah, there's a lot of paparazzi shots of you like
just
blocking the
just
camera.
Just lip syncing too many over.
But yeah, I got a tattoo, and it was kind of like the pain when you like. I feel like I look crazy because it's like a little painful. Which this one wasn't bad. It's on my like ankle. I have one on my other ankle, so I made them match. I make them kiss a lot when they're alone together.
Nothing wrong with that.
Of course, what are you gonna do with tattoos unless you make them all kiss?
Well, I mean,
when
it's
you're
like
by yourself.
Well, I mean, like when you're by yourself, you know, sometimes you shave one leg so you can rub it on the other one, so it feels like got a lady there. You know?
It's like it's like a stranger where you sit on your hand and then jerk off a little bit.
If you want the full stranger experience, shave one leg, rub it on your other leg, jack off with your asleep left arm. Dapper.
If you want the full stranger experience, cut your hand off.
Oh.
Take that hand, put it in the freezer, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Microwave it a little bit, counterproductive, but you got to go through it to get that perfect level of moisture inside of it.
Because like it's someone else's body temperature, and you got to adjust to that.
And you want to get it cold and frigid, so it's got like a nice outside, like the cool pillow on a warm summer day.
Right, like I want to flip that hand over I want to flip that hand over after the microwave and have it be that perfect cool temperature.
You got to get it real nice. It's difficult. I've done it a couple times. It's different people's hands, of course. I have a brand to run. What do I look like if I have?
Do I look like I can jack myself off with my own hands? No, I need freezer microwaved hands.
You get that severed hand, you make sure to cauterize it so the blood doesn't pour out, or you can use the blood. It's really it's your ball game at that point.
Yeah,
but that's, if we can really be honest, with a true stranger experience, I think that's the only way to go about it.
Well, I mean, and you got to use a 1,000-watt microwave too, or else you get a hot pocket experience going on where it's like frozen in the middle and burning on the outside. You know,
like it's pizza puff.
Yeah, not even a pizza puff. Like just when you
burrito. I bought a burrito last weekend.
The gas station burritos.
No, I bought a real burrito, which was horrible. Worst burrito I've ever had.
Oh, that's a tall order right there.
Oh, I know.
The worst one you've ever had?
Evol, like the future album.
Oh, the brand.
Yeah. Fuck that burrito.
Never had it.
I don't
want to.
It felt cold, so I warmed it up, and then I waited a long time, and I'm like, gonna bite into it. It'll be fine. Burned the fuck out of my mouth, and was horrible burrito. Real loose corn in it, like only like 6 corns in it, like six corn kernels,
like baby corns or kernels of corn.
six fucking stalks of corn. It was just jammed into the burrito. It looked like a pipe bomb.
I'm picturing it doesn't look like that when you microwave it, but then when it's in there, you take it out. There's just like a bunch of
corn. It was a bunch of popcorn.
It pops,
in the
but it pops as a full
full
sweet ear of corn with butter on it and everything.
You hold it like a newborn.
Yeah.
And that's what I was doing. And
but
I
it's
was
got the little
weird
knob
amount
of butter on it too. You're just like,
not enough corn, too much corn. Like it feels like a coincidence.
How much corn would be too much corn then?
Just a burrito filled with corn, I think, right?
What's the right amount of corn?
I don't like saying that there's corn in it. I seen nowhere. It was like chicken.
I don't mind corn and stuff. Like
I like if to know what's going on.
If it's like a Southwest burrito,
yeah, that would be great. This was not advertised as such.
What was it advertised as?
Chicken, bean, cheese, something.
Okay,
like real common, run of the mill. I would say. like 6 pieces of corn in it. Well, it feels like a factory mistake.
Well, I mean, you got to be real with yourself, though. You got to. Okay, so when
I'm
they're
never real with myself. Have you met me?
I mean,
all a sham.
That's the whole point.
I'm waiting for it to crumble down.
That's why I'm this psychological character that you've created, so you can help bring the real you out, and I'll disappear as soon as you realize who you really are.
And that's fucked up because I created something in my mind, and when I say you're not on the show anymore, everybody goes crazy for this fictional thing in my mind.
Yeah, because in your mind you're like, you haven't figured out how to love yourself yet, and so
I know I have.
That's why I'm here.
Oh, you love me enough for me?
I mean, I think I do, yeah. I do the show every week with you. I gotta love you somehow if I'm doing this show.
But yeah, I got a tattoo. It hurt a little bit, but as soon as it was done, I was like, I want 6 more tattoos.
Well,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like,
it's like when you get those 6 little nibbles of corn, you're like, I want more corn.
See, it's different. Corn and tattoos are slightly different, I would say.
Would you?
If someone were to ask me on the street randomly, like, hey, is corn or tattoos different? I'd say yeah, probably, and then I'd run away.
I'd be like, no, but see, that's the difference between you and I as human beings. You'd be like, no, probably, and then run away. I'd be
and
like,
then
well,
you
really got
a 45-minute conversation with a stranger.
I'm from the Midwest. I don't know what you want
I'm
from
also
me.
from the Midwest.
Yeah,
and
but
I like
you
to
have...
avoid people.
I don't know, man.
Costs.
I just love conversation.
Speaking of corn, I went to Texas Roadhouse last night.
Yeah, I got the snap. It looked delicious.
Well, they got a strawberry lemonade. It's
I
top
saw
notch.
that, man.
Wild strawberry.
I've been craving.
I only drank one.
What makes it a wild strawberry?
I don't know. You can taste it though.
What taste? Is it gamey?
Wild.
Is it like a gamey strawberry?
Yeah, real stringy. It's like a tendon of strawberry.
Well, what else makes it a wild strawberry flavor?
I don't know, but they sell it. I only had one, which I felt I'm being responsible. One time at a restaurant, I drank 10 sodas because it said unlimited refills, and someone was like, "You can't drink 10 pops," and I was like, "Watch me." I drank 10, and they charged me twice, and I got in an argument with the lady because I said
too.
Unlimited, and then someone just paid because I was making a scene.
Good.
So now I try to drink a responsible amount. But Texas Roadhouse is fucking crazy because they're like, here's some bread, here's your, and then you order your meal and they're like 2 sides. And I was like, fries. And they're like, do you want cheese and sour cream and bacon on your fries? And you're like, no. And then they're like, mashed potatoes. And they're like, do you want butter, cheese, bacon, sour cream? Like everything. And they give you so much food. Like I could just eat the bread. We're all there for the bread if we're going to be completely honest.
The most restaurants, I'm only there for the bread. Like Outback Steakhouse bread.
I never went to Outback.
Ever?
Or I might have once and gotten diarrhea. I can't remember.
Every time I went,
did I get diarrhea when I was younger?
I have to do one of those Black Mirror like Facebook contact things and rewind.
That's all I watch is the time I got diarrhea at the Outback.
No, every time. I like to think.
Every time I've ever gotten diarrhea.
Okay, let's talk about the logistics of this because no, I've thought about this episode and we both agree that is the most terrifying episode of Black Mirror.
Because we have a problem with like living in the past.
Yeah,
like I already because I have such a like photographic memory that I can watch it. So if I could really just watch it,
and that's what that's the point I wanted to make is I feel like you would like super categorize things in like uncomfortable ways. You'd be like, every time I ever got diarrhea, and then it's like subcategorized, like Texas Roadhouse, Subway.
Hey, Texas Roadhouse didn't give me diarrhea, but Fuddruckers gave me some wild diarrhea. I think I've said this on the show, so I don't want to harp on it. But while I was ordering my Fuddruckers on Facebook, it was like, you seem to be at Fuddruckers. So I clicked on it, and the first review was, I got terrible diarrhea. And I was like, what a bitch. And then I got terrible diarrhea.
What you get? That's bad karma.
God damn it.
Man, real talk, I got to stop the show. Do you know where I can get one of those Arnold Palmer strawberry lemonades after the show? Because
Walgreens.
Really?
Yes.
Is Walgreens going to be open when we stop doing this shit?
I think the one up there is like 24 hours.
Okay, I'm going to have to go there then, man.
It's got a period where you shouldn't be in there.
I know, and that's like
a lot of Walgreens.
It's a gamble I'm willing to do for a strawberry lemonade tonight.
It's not the same though.
I'm off for the weekend, man. I'm ready to party.
Yeah, go crack open a couple cold Arnold Palmer
strawberry. Two and play Arnie Palmy hands with myself.
Oh, I picture it. That sounds about right. That's what I see when I think what's Slim up to, and it's just sad, and you're just like, whoa.
No, picture Paddington 2 on one TV and Prince of Egypt on another, and me
with my you and your fucking comfort films.
What's wrong with it?
It shows that you have a lot of trauma that I think we need to address. You can't just cover it up with children's movies forever.
You can. Everyone else does.
No.
Everyone else covers it up with something.
You watch what is it, The Prince of Egypt?
Yes.
You watch it very loud.
It's a good soundtrack.
You tear up a lot. And it's, I don't know, man. It's a whole, well, this is a different podcast. Slim reviews childhood trauma and movies that make him forget about it.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
Oh, that was a little too real. Let's get back to the Dapper Dad shit.
Imagine how I feel when I walk in and you're singing to the cats again.
Listen, did we have to bring that up again?
I looked in your door after knocking and you weren't listening, and I peeked through your window and you're just holding the cats. And I was like, maybe I
was holding one cat.
I just go
talking to
You were holding 4 cats.
I only had
one was
2.
I know. That's why I was like, this is going to be a lot to get into. There's so many cats in there. You had them in your hoodie pockets and shit. Cats everywhere.
One in the back, up in the sleeves and everything like that. They're peeking out of my little neck right
It wasn't even you. It was just cats filling one of your hoodies.
It was like a blonde cat on top to like pretend to be my hair, and like a cat that just like had my face as like marking.
I didn't know the difference for a long time until we got to that show together and the music started and all the cats
just ran
and your
over.
clothes just fall. And I'm like, damn it, he was cats again.
Not even cats again. Just he was cats the whole time.
Cats. That's what I say at your funeral. I get up there and I'm like, you know, Slim was a great guy because, of course, no full government names at funerals.
No.
I'm like, but he was cats. And then I just sit down and everyone's like, yeah, he's lost it.
Just a bunch of cats in the casket.
Yeah. And they're all meowing as we close it. You just hear it and going into the ground. It's
No,
just
how are they going to hear it over? I know, hell. Where ass is that?
I was like, I don't know what the first part is. All right, after this, we're going to re-record Where You At, and you're going to do that because I like it a lot. It's like the acoustic rap things, but it's just your... Yeah. All right, actually, it got old really
Yeah, I was
quick.
going to say, I knew you would get sick of it.
But yeah, I got a
Make
tattoo.
your burps flare up.
I got a tattoo, and I can't go to heaven now.
You weren't going to heaven before,
Are you
sweet
sure?
boy. I don't know what you were. I don't
boy.
know. Oh, my sweet summer child. I don't know what devil's agreement you signed, but you weren't going to heaven ever.
Well, yeah, if I sign an agreement with the devil, I'm not going to heaven. Yeah, I got a tattoo. and then the next day I
You're
saw
having a stroke.
this whole podcast is a long stroke for me.
This
So long
this,
stroke.
This brand is my long stroke.
Yeah, it's the long con, but it's just a bunch of strokes. Then Sunday I saw Remo Drive, and it was wild.
Tell me about it.
A lot of crowd surfing.
Very regretful I couldn't be there.
I understand. No one was there.
Yeah, actually,
I was there.
that is a true story. I'm sure Real Friends was playing while
Yeah,
you were waiting
they played
for the show.
Real Friends, and they all pointed at me. It's very specific.
They stopped the show.
They
and
were like, Slim called us, and I'm like, I didn't know he had your contact information.
he called our manager, and then our manager got in contact with us. You know, he had a really sweet story to tell us, so we just wanted to hear him out. And then what he told us
Then it was sad.
It was really. Then it got really sad.
Depressing.
But then we just started laughing until we peed our pants, and so then Real Friends starts playing.
But yeah, the venue they're at, I've seen a bunch of shows there. I feel like this always happens, like especially when the dads go to shows together. It's like, is it going to be rowdy? And you're like, no. And then it's crazy rowdy. And then you're like, it's going to be rowdy. And then it's not rowdy at all.
Yeah.
This is one of those. I walked into like the second opener, and it was like a female-led band. And they like instantly, people are just going up like nonstop. Everyone, I will say, it was like one of the nicest shows. Like everybody was like real into it. Everybody was real respectful and having a good time. At one point, there was 3 people crowd surfing, and just to watch the logistics of that, like they were just like hitting each other and like high-fiving and falling. It was beautiful. I also, right after Remo Drive started, there was this like big like metal dude, long black hair, short black shorts, tattoos. And he was doing the shit where you like jump off the stage.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were like crowd surfing. This guy was trying to catch him like by holding onto his thighs. And then he slipped and just got like crotch right to the face.
Oh.
And the singer of Remo Drive, I watched him watch it happen and then like have a hard time continuing to sing because some guy just got like
Balls
teabagged
right in his face.
incredibly. But yeah, they put on a great show. It was my first round back in with my knee. I was like,
How did it go?
it went good because it was very like, I can't emphasize, for like their type of music isn't like what I expected to be like super rowdy. And then right off the bat it was, and I like hung back. I wanted to Eat Shit. It's my favorite song by them. It's like my life story. And it also talks like it happened. I got in that song. It talks about like ripping your jeans, which was the day when I initially fucked my knee up. And I'm like, this song's like about me. So I was like, when that one happens, I'll get in there. And then it was like the third song, and I was like, all right, let's see. And I went crazy, and it didn't happen again. And then also their last song is, of course, You're Killing Me.
Right, yeah.
Their biggest song. And they do this really long intro for it, and you're just waiting for him to fucking say it, and they're like fucking around. And the whole time I'm standing there, because what happened at the prop show when I completely ruined my knee, didn't do anything crazy all night. Then he ended with President, and I'm like, well, I got to do it for President. And then I fucked my knee up. So the whole time while I'm waiting for this song, I have that internal debate. Like, last time you were fine, and you did too much. You went in that last song, you went too crazy. Don't do it again. And then as soon as it's like, I don't want to, I was already there.
Yeah.
I was like right up there, and I'm like, fucking go. There was kids. And it's weird to be like, I know I'm like a decade older than you. And I'm like trying to be respectful. And
Yeah, because you don't want to be that guy.
I like to give a forearm, a stern forearm. So when they hit me, I'm like not pushing them, but they're not just slamming into me.
Right, yeah.
And then eventually I was like, you're going to learn today. So I was just pushing children around. Also scared to touch women at like crowds like that with all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
And I had to help one crowd surf, and then it's weird when
and
you're
just
like
trying to like use your fingertips to like crowd
and you're like
surf
picking
people.
like safe spots. Like I'll go high on the back and low on the legs,
Honestly,
and then
man,
you can't hold a person like that.
Honestly, man, best way to do it I figured out is to like take your hands like this.
Sleeve.
No, watch the don't even help people crowd surf.
I was trying not to,
away.
and she just was coming in hot, and then it was one of those where you're like, we're all gonna get her, and then it was mainly me, and I'm like, I can't hold any human being like this.
Honestly, this is gonna sound crazy, but the best way to do it to like it's what makes me feel better, so I don't feel like I'm being grabby, is take your fingers and go like this.
Yeah,
because you're still using like the palm of your hand to like lift them up, but you're also
that.
not like grabbing onto somebody's thigh to have it be like misconstrued.
Well, that's what I hate.
Like that, you know.
That's what I hate is like having my hands around, like just hang. I don't know what to do. Arms crossed feels.
I don't
like
know what to do with my hands all the time ever. So
I know,
and it
that's why I
shows it's a
smoke.
billion times worse.
I hate arms crossed. It looks like you're having a bad time.
Yeah.
I hate arms down because I'm always worried someone's. This happened to me before. A girl I was with at a show grabbed a girl's ass, and I was drunk, and the girl turned around. The girl who was a performer, the opener, turned around and was like, blah, blah, blah. I didn't, very drunk, I didn't hear what she said. So I'm like, me. And then she started screaming in my face, and I was like, I don't know what happened. And then the girl I was with was like, oh, I grabbed her ass, and you admitted to it. And I was like, so now I'm always terrified of having my hands loose. So what I realize I do is just kind of put my hands here, and then I'm just holding on to my own dumpy body. And I'm like, I don't want this either.
And then you like find yourself like going like this.
Yeah,
and
and
you
you're
don't
like,
know
is
what to
this
do.
what
And
this
then you're
feels?
like,
and then you look crazy.
yeah, and then you're like, people like, do people
touch me?
lust after this? Do they
Yeah,
want
I know.
this?
You're like, this can't be right.
This can't be right. And then like you like feel like a weird like fold or some flab somewhere. You're like, oh, when did
That's all
that
it is.
happen?
Yeah, that's all it is.
And then
yeah,
you can't
don't
even.
get
And
that,
then
yeah.
they're like, that's it. Everybody have a good night. And you're like, oh,
I didn't even hear anything. There was also
that show was real. You're watching like you're watching their tour documentary later, and they're like,
yourself up.
you're feeling. And they're like, yeah, one show was good, but I don't think we're gonna be able to put our next album out because I've just been really uninspired since I saw that guy feeling himself up at that show.
That large kid, just
That
kept touching
giant
him.
kid.
He must have been on ecstasy. There's also one girl who I was like trying to watch. There was a lot of girls. I had to get away from one because she was just Snapchatting the whole show, and I'm like, who even wants to see this? So I had to get in front of her. Also, girls' hair gets in your mouth. It's weird. There's one girl that I was like trying to watch out for, and she kept getting pushed into. So I'll take the brunt if it's getting crazy and there's a girl because I don't want you to get hit.
Right.
So I'm like trying to protect her a little bit, and then she came out with force I haven't seen in a long time and ran around and slammed into me and everybody else. And I got her hair on my face, and it was a very weird consistency.
I just can't say that, like hair, just like hair.
It always the worst is like I had it. I think at a Danny Brown show, one of the many. This girl's hair got in my mouth really bad, and I'm like, oh, it's gross. And then they turn around, and it was a dude. And for some reason, if I have to pick, I'd prefer to have a woman's hair in my mouth.
Well, no, I was actually going to
washed.
say I don't want to harp on it, but I wouldn't want a woman's hair in my mouth.
See, I feel like it's washed more.
No, see, I feel like it's always got so much more product in it, and the product is just going to taste terrible.
But it probably smells decent.
I mean,
don't
at least
know. This guy's hair was greasy and sweaty. Guys are more sweaty and gross.
No,
I'd rather have a girl's hair in my mouth if I got to pick. If someone came up to me on the street and was like, girl's hair in your mouth or dude's hair in your mouth, I'd be like, girl's hair in my mouth, then I'd run away.
Girl's hair in your mouth is like corn, right?
Yeah, and then you got to pull it out and it's stuck in your throat. So yeah, it was.
I hate getting both stuck in my teeth.
Yeah, we got the calls about your nipple situation.
Did we?
Yeah.
Good.
6 calls.
Six calls about my nipples?
Women. 6 shots.
6 shots for those 6 women about their sick nipples.
Yes. So yeah, it was quite the weekend for me.
Yeah, I just worked. That's why I wasn't able to do anything fun, and it was a goddamn nightmare.
Yeah, you sent me a lot of Snapchats of you crying in the bathroom at work.
That's pretty much what I get paid to do is cry in the bathroom.
Crying and shitting.
That's pretty much what my life revolves around anyways, crying and shitting.
I've seen a lot.
It's just expelling all the shit I don't need anyway.
Do we want to get into some submissions?
Man, let's get into these submissions because we are chock full of them.
Let's go. First off, we got a tweet from at RBOSECKER. I don't know what that is. our boss. I don't even want to try. But shout out you. He said that he wants to hear us ramble about grilling, preferred cuts, drink of choice while grilling, sides, and flavors. Which it's getting warm. I've been doing some grilling. I'm excited to.
I'm ready to hop back into it. I just need to get that first little bag of charcoal, and then I'm set.
Yeah, you got to get the charcoal.
Well, I say, are you a charcoal guy or a propane
charcoal
guy?
for sure.
It's the only way to go.
I like to taste that. I like to smell like
It's definitely an all around experience because I think something people
I like to struggle with the charcoals because they got left in the rain once and you forgot and you didn't buy new ones. And you're like, why won't they? And then you're looking up weird shit on YouTube
and you're like trying to put like newspaper in there and you gotta like go down the road.
Put like a peanut oil on a
like,
on a paper towel and like wrap it around and like then eventually you flip the grill over and you're like fucking done.
Why doesn't mine look like that? And then you're just kicking the whole grill around.
I do want to make a grill like that, but that's all I can think of. It's just because I know someone who like made a grill out of like bricks and it's real nice. And I'm like, oh, it's gonna be one of the many Simpsons references.
One of the many times that this self-fulfilling prophecy happens and I end up being Homer Simpson anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, I've been doing some grilling. I'm big into brats recently. There's a nice meat shop by my house. They make a damn fine brat. And I stopped eating hot dogs because they're garbage and they kept making me sick.
Yeah.
And then like I'm not a big fan of burgers anymore, or like steaks seem like extravagant. I don't have steak money. I run a fucking podcast. No one buys merch from it.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I got steak money.
Send us steak money.
I send those.
I need steak money.
Shit, me too. I eat those like minute steaks.
Yeah, steakums.
Yeah, steakums. My mom used to make those.
Oh God,
that's childhood trauma.
Man, you want to talk?
That's what I watched Paddington 2 about.
Childhood trauma. Steakums heated up in the microwave and slapped on white bread.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
that's a poverty sandwich.
With some Miracle Whip on it?
No, you can't even spruce it up. Don't even try.
Man, you can spruce it up, but really you just end up tasting the shame and the hatred through all the spruce.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm a big brat guy, especially if you get a real nice bun. I realized it's a complete game changer if you get like that real solid bun. There's one, it's in a bag, and in red it just says brats on it. And that's the bun you want to get. Let me tell you what.
For a good brat, I say like a Kaiser roll because...
Yeah, something like a thick...
Well, see, some people say potato roll, and I like a good potato roll, but they're like softer and more sweeter. A Kaiser roll is that one where it's like that golden crust on the outside, but it's like that very soft and airy. Not like a croissant, but like still kind of pillowy on the inside. Absorbs some of the juice of the brat really well,
This is real dad shit.
Yeah,
like,
this is
the Dapper
real
dads,
dad
but
shit.
This is like there's only a few like real, because that's when we started saying like dads is like a friendly word for friends.
Yeah,
we were always like dad shit, like grilling or like just general like
sports,
handyman shit, sports, like drinking, like but in that good way where you're able to like drink all day. And people are like,
exactly.
He's not even shit faced, and you're like, I've had 18 beers. Like real quality.
You gotta get to
shit.
there, yeah.
Which drinking. What's your preferred? I know you no longer eat meat because you're a huge bitch.
Yeah,
so
big
what
old
do
bitch.
You've had some burgers that are like burgers.
Well, it depends on what I'm trying to do. So obviously you can get vegan substitutes for like burgers, brats, stuff like that. Pretty much anything, and you can grill that, and it does end up tasting better because let's be real, everything tastes better cooked over a fire on a grill. It's just better when you do it yourself that way. But one of the things I really enjoy grilling is vegetables, but smoking vegetables. And the way I got turned on to it was
smoking on that broccoli.
Oh yeah, always smoking on that broccoli. I coined the term broccoli here in 2018. I just want everyone to know that I, Fast Finger Slim,
I think it was E40. He was like,
E40.
Give us a quick E40. Yeah, Slim's
boy, don't listen to the Dapper dads.
Slim's side job is just impersonating E40. Doesn't pay well either. You should probably get a real job.
I know, but I can't.
That's what you do when you're.
But I can't find a job
when you're crying and shitting on the toilet at work. It's just E40 ad libs.
Just me doing
like about my body.
Sitting at the Remo Drive show, touching my shitty body.
Oh, that hit too close. Yeah,
feeling up on that shitty body.
Me and E40 have a similar body type.
I don't know, man. E40's got that bubble bath look going on.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm working on.
I want to get to that point where it's like OG level with the little glasses. I like that little glasses movies. Because I mean, you got to be a real OG to pull off the little glasses.
I'm going big glasses. Everyone's doing little glasses. Get ridiculously
like
big
Skrillex
like this,
but also like bottle caps.
And then they have a hard line.
Oh my god! And they have to have the strap in the back, so they like hang
have
around
a
your
lot
neck.
Of
there's just a lot of attention being drawn to your eyeballs.
They're really heavy, so you gotta have some support. It's like
gotta have a
system.
neck brace so you can keep your neck up the whole time while you're wearing them. You're looking.
This is my summer look. Gigantic sunglasses.
We are not going
short shorts.
We are not going to Soundset Festival together. If you have to wear that,
we're not going to Soundset Festival.
if I had to,
Are you being paid by them?
No.
Is your ticket free? I swear to God, I went through shit at that festival.
If I have to go,
Sounds sick.
and you're
Give
just
us
like,
a free ticket. I almost died.
If you're like, Daddy's ready to party, and you just put this shit on,
it takes,
I'm gonna leave
takes
you.
3 people to put them on, 2 to put them on my face, and 1 to supervise because it may get out.
And then I just have to stay in front of you the whole time we're there. Just be like, nobody touch him, nobody get near him, nobody get within 6 feet of his knee or the headgear.
I want that anyway because the crowd gives me anxiety. It's like those ones you win at like an arcade that are just like very big. I'm getting those now. Fuck you. Send me a pair of those. Someone go win some at Nickel World.
Someone send us some comically large glasses, and
I'll send you an address to an abandoned house that I pick up packages from,
and possibly some soapy breasts.
Yes, I will trade soapy breasts for comically large sunglasses. That's the deal.
The deal of the day.
It's my Shark Tank. I go on Shark Tank and I'm like, I'm willing to trade soapy breasts for big sunglasses, and they're like, that's not how it works. So I'm out. I love Shark Tank. Shark Tank is my undercover boss.
I don't even fuck with undercover boss anymore.
Thank God. It was becoming a Paddington.
Fucking with ancient aliens these days.
Oh, no. It's worse.
Yeah. You knew it was going to be worse.
I didn't know it was going to be that bad.
I got Hulu. What do you want from me?
I have Hulu, too.
It was either Ancient Aliens or the Cleveland Show again.
I got 10 emails. Everything that has a free trial, you get about a year off of 10 emails.
It's true.
They always, you go to cancel, and they're like, how about a little bit more? And I'm like, bring it on. I've never paid for Amazon Prime, and I've gotten so much Amazon Prime.
Attaboy.
There's a secret. I'm not going to put it out there because you guys will ruin it.
It'll be on the $40,000 episode, though.
Yeah, if you want to only hear my trick to get unlimited Amazon Prime for free, $40,000.
Can you tell me after the show for free?
Hell yeah, I'll tell you.
Fuck yeah.
If you buy me a gift.
Okay.
If you buy me comically large sunglasses, I will trade you my forbidden.
Let's dap on it.
You almost threw my fist through the table.
Yeah,
we
the whole shit was going to shut down again.
We just tap up and it just says no. It's a command prompt box. It just says no.
Kurt's
you can't
face
even
pops
click
back
anything.
up.
Yeah.
You shouldn't adapt.
Smithers, you really turned me on.
Yeah.
What were we talking
No,
about?
it's my laptop. Slim, you really turned me on.
We tap and it turns into your laptop. And we're like,
that would be such a good idea. What would you do if every time we dapped, the world around us changed, but only one detail changed?
It would probably be one of those things where we keep dapping until it's probably
something
soapy
crazy.
Boobs or comically large sunglasses. Be like, got them, but we don't realize 2 things change and one is really bad. So we're just
okay.
Like,
so every time we dap, we get one good change and one bad change.
Yeah, but the bad change doesn't affect you directly.
It
and
affects
you won't
a stranger.
It affects. It's like the box. Would you press the button?
So would you get
kills a random person?
Okay,
but you
so
get
for
$1 million.
comically large sunglasses,
I'll do anything. I'll kill someone right now. Now you got someone you want me to kill?
Would you press this button to kill someone if it gave you comically large sunglasses?
I don't want to say that on air.
You said a lot of things on the air.
I know, and the PR department, like the repercussions.
I am the PR department.
Yeah, and you've been real harsh considering the things you say. The backlash from the things you say.
I'm like one of the. I'm
You're
like
a reformed Christian.
I'm one of those do as I say, not as I do PR departments.
Yeah, that's every PR department.
That's like my dad's style.
Yeah.
For what it's
our
worth,
PR department is your dad.
Yeah.
It's not working very well.
It's not working out well.
It's our dads, and they're just arguing.
They don't
telling us
they're
how
arguing
bad we
about
are.
whose son is. That's how they bond. They're like,
whose son's worse.
Yeah, they're like, oh, my son's worse. My son's worse, and then they just like end up hugging it out. Like we go back later, and they're like, oh, we just can't agree who's shittier, so we're gonna go have some beers over it.
Oh shit.
We were talking about grilling.
Yeah, what do you like to grill?
Okay, so a technique that I like to do is I'm really into smoking, like home smoking, but I don't have like a smoker at home.
I don't feel like that was a real laugh.
I don't have like a smoker at home. But what I'll do is I'll take a dish of. Have you ever like smoked meat on the grill before?
Yeah, like with the thing. Never mind.
Watch the video for whatever the fuck that was. No, so what you have to do is you have to take wood chips and soak them for a little while first, and then you
urine.
You preferred urine, deer urine specifically.
What's your
is what
preferred
you're trying.
urine?
Deer urine, obviously.
Deer urine.
They say bobcat, but bobcat has such a bite to it that it just soaks right into the vegetables. Bobcat Goldthwait piss is the only.
Hard to get his piss.
It's hard to get his piss. He's real stingy about it.
And I'm like, you're making it at least 6 times a day.
I mean, I like to think the Bobcat Goldthwait's out here hydrating himself properly.
I would like to think so. Is 6 the proper
amount? You know he directed and produced a horror movie about Bigfoot.
Oh, I know.
Have you watched it?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I don't watch things anymore.
See, that's a lie.
Everything feels like a waste of time.
I mean, that's because he watched everything on Hulu at work.
We're gonna edit that.
Oh, fish. But no, so I really like hickory or cherry wood. Cherry gives it a little bit of a sweeter flavor. And I like to do a mix of portobello mushrooms, zucchinis, peppers, stuff like that. So what I'll do is I'll slice them up.
This is too much.
Why is it too
I
much?
just didn't think it was going to get this involved.
It's dad talk. This is what the people want. They want dad talk.
I think he's regretting it.
If you're interested in smoking your own vegetables at home on the grill,
call 4027 Dapper
and have Slim elegantly describe it to you for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
But no, I'm a big fan of doing like fajitas on the grill, so I'll like grill all my own vegetables and peppers and stuff.
I tried to grill a Jack's Pizza on the grill last year because it says on it great for grilling.
Yeah.
Not great for grilling. Big black charcoal piece of shit.
I mean,
fell into the grill. I had to throw a grill.
Was
away.
it like a?
Then I threw another
was it a
grill
frozen
away,
pizza or a soft pizza?
It was a frozen pizza. Jack's
like frozen
pizza.
hard or like no? Was it like thawed a little bit? Because
No,
I feel like if it was thawed, it would go through the grill. I feel like, but it has to be like frozen solid.
It was a frozen pizza. Where are you keeping your pizzas?
But I mean, like, did the pizza like thaw out a little bit? I
don't know, man.
It, like,
I
sitting
took
on the
it
counter
out.
for a
I
minute?
took it out and I threw it. It was probably out for a minute.
Because I mean, you have that. Because I mean, have you ever had that happen at home where you put like a pizza in the oven and like it's a little too soft because you just brought it home from the store or something, or it sat out a little too long?
You got to put it on a pan.
Did you do it on a pan on the grill?
No,
you should have done that.
There's no instructions. They're like, put it on the grill and have a great night.
Is it on the back of the paper fold?
No, it just says put it on the grill.
Did you check out Jax.com to see if they have any great grilling tips?
I'm doing research. I put it on the grill. It was going good. You know, like when you're grilling something, you're like, all right, looks good. And then you
step away for 3 seconds.
Yeah, and then you look back and it was just like, it was just black and everywhere. Yeah. I had to get Taco Bell. I was like, you really fucked my life.
That's a nightmare.
Yeah, I was looking forward to that.
Could have had a grilled Jack's Pizza, and instead you just got nightmare fuel.
Don't grill a Jack's Pizza. But if you're getting a Jack's Pizza, get that thick crust. It's new and it's life-changing.
Yeah.
Now I can't go back to the thin crust.
Man, if we're talking about difference in pizza crust, I tried that mod pizza for the first time this week. And
I don't know what that is.
So it's like it's like Chipotle, but for pizza, you go in and you tell them what you can get thick crust or thin crust.
And then you got to go home and make it?
No, they make it there for you.
I hate the shit where they're like, take it home and make it yourself.
No, so what it is you get in the line, you tell them what kind of crust, what kind of sauce, and then you get all the toppings.
That's an anxiety for me, ordering at places like that.
Is it?
Chipotle or Subway. Especially Chipotle because they don't eat it that often, and there's too much shit.
Oh no, not at all, man.
See, like, I don't know.
If you step up what I do is I step up very confidently about it. I'm very chatty and friendly with everybody, so I get tons of extra food whenever I go up and do it.
Yeah, you're too chatty.
Yeah,
I prefer to have zero. Like I like to just not talk to anyone.
Well, see, here's the thing. I know that like I'm loud and retarded, so like I'm just gonna be loud.
You're gonna
and
have
retarded.
to edit that out.
Yeah, I know I'm just loud, and so I'm just gonna have to be loud. And
yeah, now it's edited out twice.
Yeah, it's great.
4 beeps. That's our specialty.
People are gonna think I said 2 terrible things.
Preferred beverage while grilling?
Beer,
right?
Of course, a beer. What kind of beer?
I like
I say a summer shandy. That's a good
I did
beer.
have summer shandies last week.
Oh, and how
first
good were
one of
they?
the year. The first one is bad. I always forget this, but we crack it open. It was a nice spring day, sunny. I was out in the sun getting some vitamin D. Went to the store, got a 6-pack. Took it out back, popped it open, took a sip, and I was like, oh, it's like trash. It's like trash water. For some reason, that first one,
it's always like, trash water.
And then after that, I'm like, God, they're good. And I could drink fucking 20.
100 of them.
Drink 20.
Just give me a big old, get one of those gallon pitchers of them.
On tap. People talk too much shit about summer shandy. It is delicious and refreshing.
It's the beer of the summer.
It's lemonade and beer.
Where can you go wrong with
lemonade
it?
And beer. You ever had to have someone make a summer shandy because you really want one? Coors and lemonade?
It's not the same.
It does what it does.
It does what it does, but
yeah, people talk.
They
shit
get that
about
ratio right, though.
Yeah, people talk shit about summer shandy. It's a quality beverage, but yeah, I'm done with that. Or a Budweiser, just real regular beer, lawnmower beer, if we will.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not above doing like a nice Bud Light, doing a hard cider.
I don't drink Bud Light unless I'm drunk.
God, there's something about just a nice summer shandy when you're grilling outside, though. Just the smell, the summer air, the charcoal, the sweetness
mixture
of the
everything.
lemon. Yeah,
you're
that's
in the
what.
Sun.
Like that's that perfect time when you're like grilling, summer shandy, sun outside, maybe. Nice little soundtrack, some valet, maybe.
Of course.
Beer darts.
That's what I was already picturing.
Man, this is going to be us in like a month, like a couple weeks. You realize that?
It's going to be me tomorrow.
I was going to say, man, what?
By myself.
I was going to say,
throwing beer darts and then walking around and then coming over.
Oh, just playing it by yourself, just practicing for when you're in front of us. You're like, gotta be good for the guys.
I thought I was doing good, and then I don't want to harp on it, but I played last weekend on Record Store Day, and there was some competition. You know who you are. You're out there, and I talked a lot of shit, and didn't live up to it. Also got shit face.
Sounds pretty much like everything I've ever done with you ever. That's your modus operandi, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, speaking of harsh competition, I can't believe we glossed over this. When we started, I was like, there's a strong thing I want to jump right into.
Oh, you mean the thing we did right before we recorded this episode?
Where all of our energy went?
Yeah.
We had a very serious business meeting. We sat down and wanted to talk about the future.
We had suits, slicked our hair back.
Had
a nice wet lunch.
I don't have any hair, so it just sticks right up.
Yeah,
but
it looks weird. I couldn't stop focusing on it. It was really distracting, but I didn't want to bring it up during.
Mm-hmm. We had to shake a lot of hands and sit down, and
it was just us shaking hands, but it was like switching up and then down, and
it's
then
just
doing
us.
the between
Everyone,
the leg
they called
handshake.
the cops pretty quickly.
Everyone.
But it was laser tag.
Yeah,
at Laser Quest, which we've talked about before. We want to get some people, and definitely now we got to get. Some people.
Now we have to.
We're
gonna
get a set
whole
up a date.
Squad of people.
We found a Groupon 2 for $10. It's an unbeatable deal. What else are you doing with $5 besides getting a Little Caesars pizza, which is delicious as well?
Let's get Little Caesars and
eat it while playing laser tag in the dark. You're covered in. I was wondering if you could sneak in some beer. I don't want to put this out there, but a couple pocket beers.
Think I could sneak in a flask?
Oh, you could sneak the fuck out of a flask.
I'll bring a flask next time.
All right.
Okay.
But you get jostled. There's so many ramps. But yeah, we played laser tag with, what do we want to say, 22 children?
30. I'm just going to go round up and say
like
30
it was 20.
children. It was a lot of kids.
It was 26 total, I believe,
It
was the official number.
Yeah, it was a lot of kids.
It was the dad
squad.
Do
you have your ranking right there?
Oh, I have my ranking. It just says number 1. I don't know what you want.
I mean, that's not true at all. That was
26 players.
No, that was 666 if we're going to remember that correctly. That kid shot me way too many times.
So there's 26 players. It was the dad squad. Shout out Matt the God, Young Curd.
Coming in 8th.
Yeah, they did very well, which is upsetting. Slim's never done it before.
No, this is my very first time.
Another first. But yes, so we went in. I've done this before. As an adult, you forget how great laser tag is. It was a fun event.
Oh my God, I can't tell you how much fun
wild.
I had. I was so sad that during in it, you're like, when is this over?
Yeah,
but like when it's over, you're like, oh yeah. And you see the siren.
You
stuff.
could go, and then you just cough a bunch.
Can you imagine if we could just get maybe
buy a laser tag place?
Not even 50, 8 of our most preferred people,
I'd
just
say
and they're
10.
doing an hour of laser tag. How nice would that be?
Yeah, so we're gonna set it up. People have expressed interest in it, and now I'm down. We had to do it just to test it out, and we also have to be better than all of our fans because you don't want to meet your idols and then squash them in laser tag.
Oh no, I'm getting squashed in laser tag. I don't.
No,
care.
we're gonna get you better. We're gonna do a rough.
I was say I was out here doing some nice hip action coming from the hip because those kids are so low to the ground. Those kids were rough.
22 children of very young age.
Very small. What were they all doing there? Was it a
birthday party?
Was
it?
It
was a birthday party.
Great. We crashed that kid's birthday
in.
party.
Yeah. So I used to go, and occasionally you can get it there's 4 of us, and you go at a weird time. It's just the 4 of you. It's very intimate. It's very startling because you run around this place and don't see anyone, and then it scares the shit out of you.
Yeah.
This was just 22 screaming children.
Yeah, it was.
That were out for blood. Which we don't want to be.
These kids play a lot of Call of Duty
against kids, but yes, the first place went to a child who used the code name 666,
and I just want to say
was approved. I thought
that was strange.
Yeah,
and then the guy calling it out at the end too was very enthusiastic about it.
I mean, he took number 1 place. I mean, his deal with the devil was to just win laser tag forever.
Man, that's shitty. That kid should have grown up before figuring out about the devil.
You would think so, but
R.I.P. 666, I guess.
Yeah, because we killed him in the parking lot because we always win.
You know us.
Kurd made an interesting choice of taking the name Exotica around 22 children.
Which every parent's face during that was
move.
all the God. What was worse about this? I just want to paint this visual for everybody.
Yes,
so
please.
Picture 4 very sweaty dads at the end of all of this.
Yeah, I do want to say it is exhausting.
Very.
You want to realize
it's
how
good
out of shape
cardio.
you are? Oh yes, very good.
Fantastic cardio.
I would, if that could be a gym, I would just do that.
You want to drop that beer weight? Laser tag.
Yeah.
I'm
dropping this beer weight. There's a lot of it.
No, this is hanging out here for a while. We ain't going nowhere.
Because I forget it's dumpy until I touch it at shows.
I know. And then it's just boy.
We do a live show and it's just me
boy, the body's dumpy.
I wish this wasn't like this.
But damn, that's a dumpy body.
Yeah, can we? I want to read off a couple names because there's just some interesting choices.
There's some winners in here.
The first one that's showing up on mine is 117LB, which makes me think it's someone who's 117 pounds. Which, as a child, I don't know children's weight.
Should they be
also
that
Slim
much?
Assaulted a child?
I did not assault a child. Beep that out.
But,
what? Okay, I don't remember this. What happened?
I feel like you're covering your tracks, which is good. The PR department is pleased for once. What happened was, if you haven't been, it's a very dark place, neon light,
very
black
Vietnam-esque.
Yeah, very neon. It's been the same thing since I was a child. and there's a lot of ramps, and it gets tight when you're our size. It's meant for children, I think. And I don't know. I want to say you stepped or bumped into a child, stepped on a child. I don't know what it was.
On is a little harsh.
You got big legs.
Step near. Let's say near a child.
But you let me, PR department, you slightly collided with the child?
There we go.
Okay. You slightly assaulted a child.
Without knowing. God damn you.
I'm not going to bleep it out because that makes it sound way worse.
God
again.
So once again.
Saying assaulted, but it was a light assault. Can we say that?
Unintentional light assault.
Oh, yes. Very unintentional.
Can we stress the unintentional part?
Yeah,
here?
you're a big man. Small children. Shouldn't be around kids. They've tried to make that a law.
It just won't stick.
But, yeah, I think you just bumped into him, and he was like, I'm going to tell my mom. And this was probably 3 minutes into it, so I'm like, imagine us getting banned because Slim fucking plowed into a little kid on accident.
Thank you.
Allegedly. He allegedly plowed into a small child.
There we go. Allegedly. That's what I like to hear. I allegedly plowed into a kid.
And also, you have to take an oath when you go in there because it's, meant for children.
We did take the oath.
I didn't say shit.
No, I technically didn't.
Because they tell you can't swear, you can't run, you can't
did all these things.
Slam into other people. Yeah, you do everything. That's why I refuse to take the oath. I stand behind oaths.
Well, an
oath is serious.
I stand behind an oath, and I went in there with the mindset of I'm not going to be that guy because I remember being a kid at places like that and having like older
but now
kids
you
and guys
understand.
were like, no, they would like ruin shit, and you're like, oh, that's terrible. And so like as an older person, I don't want to ruin it, and so I'm like, I'm gonna follow the rules. I'm gonna be the nice guy. But then probably. I want to say 3 minutes into it.
It takes about 3 quick minutes.
3 quick minutes, I realized these kids respect no rules, and they play way too much Call of Duty.
Animals. Also, every time a kid shoots me, I either say fuck or god damn it or something, or shit. And then I like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. So then I run away from the kids. But one of the things they tell you in the room is if you're in trouble or have a question, which I'm like, what's the question? Like, hey, how are you doing today? I'm just trying to shoot people.
How do I
shoot
people? You're
supposed to yell Marshall 3 times. Marshall, Marshall, Marshall. I've never heard anyone say it. I constantly want to yell it. It's just what anytime they're like,
nice.
Don't do this or do this in case of an emergency. I'm like, I want to do it more than ever. I wish you wouldn't have told me it was an option. I did hear a child scream Marshall, Marshall, Marshall in the background. And I was like, I can't get my hands involved in this. It's going to be weird. So I ran the other way.
Attaboy.
I shot him and then I ran away.
Attaboy. Make sure you get your points in.
But yeah, some other names, what appears to be abbreviated as Big Chins Baby. We had Bob. We had Dark Knight. Dark Sith.
Your dad was there.
Yeah, I shot my dad finally. All the dreams can finally rest. I woke up screaming the other night.
I just go, why?
I don't. It's very.
Don't want to get into it.
No, I'll tell you. It was. Yeah, it was a nightmare that I woke up screaming from. Had to do with I found a VHS tape and I watched it, and the graphic depictions in that VHS tape are. One of a kind.
Figure out in the $40,000 episode.
Yes, I will tell everyone for $40,000. Someone's name was Dark Sith, and I feel like when that guy announced it, he said Dark Shit, which was funny to me.
It happens.
Dwarf Mamba.
That was one I kept getting shot by, and I was very confused by.
Yeah, no, I got him a couple times. Yeah, we got some stats. We'll pop some pictures up on social media. Someone was Soapy. Someone was Sprinkles. Someone was Turkey. One kid was unknown, and when he walked up, he looked like he wanted to be unknown.
I think my favorite one in the world was it was like #1 Fortnite player or something like that, and the kid like didn't even remember that that's what he said, and then somebody had like push him.
Yeah,
and
I know.
Like, hey, go, that's you, and he's like, oh, okay, and just took it. Like he doesn't give a shit about anything but Fortnite.
Yeah, he's like, I want to shoot it in real life.
Yeah, he shot in real life, and he's like, I wish it was Fortnite.
But yeah, it was quite the game. Out of the dads, Matt the God came in first, young Kurt in second, me in third, Slim in a very far last place. But it was his first time, so we're gonna get real good, and then we're gonna invite you guys out, and we're just gonna fucking crush you guys.
Slaughter you.
We're gonna crush you guys. That's where we'll have our birthday parties. But yeah, it was quite the experience. I feel like I shot some kids. I feel good about it.
Yeah, got a lot of that harsh energy.
There were some real dads there with their kids that have to look at us and just be like, "Come on."
Yeah, I want to stress the point here that when they were announcing and giving us the certificates at the end and stuff like that, like everybody was clapping for the kids, and then when we walked up, it was like,
dead. No, when I walked up, it was dead silence. Even the crickets were like, "No fucking way,
no way,
get out of here."
And then did you see the moms looking at us on the way out too? With like
one of the moms was in there, and I shot the shit out of her. Good. I don't think she even had. I don't think she was playing. I think she was just watching.
Yeah,
and I shot her in the face.
Good.
No moms allowed, bitch. Marshall, Marshall, Marshall. Get this old bitch out of here. But we reserved a time.
Yeah, I did it the proper way. We looked up a Groupon. We reserved the time like gentlemen.
We
did the right
real
thing.
dads about this.
Oh, man. And we threw it together so fast, too. I'm so proud of us. Go us. Like, for
Don't
real.
hit the table.
Don't hit the table.
But I thought reserving the time meant we would reserve like our own game.
That's
but I get
what
they just try to
too.
cram you together, and they had one of those events afterwards. When we walked out, there was a bunch of nerds, a bunch of dorks waiting to play.
Yeah, it was like
lock-in.
it was.
Those
like
are the guys you don't want to be.
No.
But yeah, it was quite the event, and I regret nothing.
No.
Despite what you may see.
I wish I shot more children. You can't say that often.
Yeah, that's true. I wish I would have shot all the kids.
Yeah, I wish I would have.
Next time we're teaming up and we're gonna murder some children.
Back to back the whole time, just shooting children.
Yeah,
that's how I like to play.
That's how I want to go out.
That's how I also would like to go out. This episode of the Dapper Dads podcast is brought to you by Studio Headphones. I know that I'm the type of person who has to have my music everywhere I go, or I just have a raging fit if I don't get my personal soundtrack, and God knows I'm all about quality, so I always take my Studio Headphones with me, because not only do they sound great, they look great, and I need my narcissistic drive fulfilled so that everybody can look at me and be envious of how handsome and good I look. Go to www.studio.com to check out all their styles and sizes that they have available for you, and use the code DapperDads to receive 15% off your entire order.
All right, should we hit some more submissions? Do you want to do that voicemail?
I mean,
it's a huge talking point, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, I can go ahead and play it.
And then we got 3 quick ones from someone else that we'll get into. But this voicemail it's really what we're looking for when we ask you guys to call in. I know we don't want to harp on the voicemails, but I think it's hyping it up. It's the most exotic way to leave a submission. So get a taste of this.
谁他妈烦死了！
好背啊，是一个。
So yeah, if you're looking for a reference point for quality content that we can really use as a jumping off,
that's what we want.
That's what we need, because
I like being cursed by the goddess Sheba.
It sounds like the woman lost her phone. I don't know what the guy is up to.
But why would you call the Dapper number?
Maybe her number is 1 digit off, and she gets all of our voicemails.
Can you
so
imagine?
It's people like, "What's your favorite porn to jerk off to? Love you guys."
Like we get the best submissions, but they all go to her. That's why nothing ever goes to us for some reason.
People are like, "We've been calling. I don't know what's going on."
Sending lots of pictures of my soapy breasts, and you haven't been receiving them.
She's just getting soapy boobs. She's having a mental breakdown.
She's getting all of our soapy boobs for us.
Dads? She's totally getting the dick pics. Because surprisingly, I don't want to invite it, but it is shocking that no one has sent us a penis.
Yeah, we got nothing but boobs, but no.
I don't get what
penises.
girls are always complaining about. I don't get dick pics ever.
I don't get dick. But I mean, we're also not women. That's part of. I think that's a big part of it.
I mean, for the first half of my life, they couldn't tell. I came out and then I went back in for a couple months.
I still can't tell.
Oh. Anyway,
it's the feminine whining is what it is.
I mean, I like wine.
Who doesn't?
I don't even like wine.
Yeah. Garbage swill.
We got a submission to the website from Mace. The email is fakeemail@realemail.com. I like how people are running with this.
Yeah.
I like this. Because I thought before you had to put in like gmail.com or AOL.com
no, it can be
if
pretty
you're
much
like 100 years old.
Yeah,
it just has to end in .com, I think. And people are really, I like what you guys are doing.
Still not
children.
Small dick at big dick.com. God bless you wherever you are. God's plan.
You're a beautiful man or woman or something. 2?
Wasn't it like 2 kids in a coat at
small dick? It's 2 children.
So it is 2 children.
2 beautiful
God bless
children
those 2
that we shoot if we get the chance. At Laser
Quest. We got to put that allegedly. They will allegedly get assaulted by the dads with laser guns at Laser Quest. God's plan.
This is also nice because in the last episode we got a submission that was titled 3 quick ones. So I'm looking at 2 back-to-back 3 quick ones, and it makes me happy.
Like, people are picking up on the 3 quick ones.
3 quick ones. This is just like. It's basically just say 3 things because this one is all over the place, but I love it.
Yeah.
So I'll read them all and then we'll get into them. Number 1, any more crazy neighbor stories? I have a weirdo neighbor and I was dying during the recent episode that talked about neighbors. Number 2, favorite 90s cartoon. Number 3, and this I know for a fact was me, or I say this a lot in my personal life. I don't know if I've said it on here, but I guarantee I'm the person who put this in your head. It says, I'm pretty sure it was you guys I heard it from, but in the movie Teen Wolf, someone in the background of the gym, when the Teen Wolf wins the basketball game, shakes their penis around, and it wasn't noticed until after the movie was on DVD or something. Anyway, what movie do you wish you could go back in time and shake your penis in? That's a quality one.
That is quality.
So first off, the neighbors, like what I said was just a taste of my neighborhood growing up.
Yeah.
Three quick ones. On the end of my block, there was a fucking halfway house across the street from a group home. So that alone just gave a lot of insight to how adult life was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
One of my favorite things, there's a man. There was possibly two men. It's very hard to explain what happened, but there was a guy from the halfway house who would just wander around, do different shit, crazy shit. And then there was a guy who looked a lot like him, but was always wearing other clothes. So I think they were twins that were both in a halfway house, or he was just really good at switching up his appearance.
Who knows?
Either way, it's a very dilapidated house. And it had a balcony, but looking from like my house down the street, you could see that the balcony was like falling down.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't stand on it if you paid me to. And so at one point he was trying to get a refrigerator to the second story of the house. So what he did was prop an aluminum ladder up against the balcony and get under the refrigerator and push it up and then try to flop it over. And I was like, I'm fairly certain when that fridge flips over and hits the balcony is going to collapse.
Yes.
But these are all very unstable people. I saw this while I think I was going to work, and I was like, fuck this. And I circled the block, and I went back home, and I just sat in my front yard, and I was late to work, because I'm like, I'm going to see what's going to happen with this refrigerator.
Because what are you going to do, come home for lunch and see like an ambulance and a fire truck there and shit?
And the amount of ambulances that are at a halfway house, or like someone died like next to me in their house in their sleep one time and something. So you'd wake up and there'd just be ambulances and crazy shit. But yeah, he got the fridge far up, but then I don't know if he wasn't committed to the flip or he couldn't fit. It takes a lot to get under, and it's like the ladder's pretty upright. You know what I mean? So you're basically just like pushing a ladder up on top, or pushing a fridge up on top of you while climbing a ladder. And I think he eventually gave up, and I hope that the fridge got in there. I don't know. It was the same man. There was a person shot across the street from my house, and this guy walked around immediately after it and picked up all the bullets and then, like, fucked everything up, which is a great thing to be like, oh, someone got shot and killed, better clean up the neighborhood. And then they had him on the news because, like,
Did he show the bullets off? Be like, I picked up the bullets.
No, he was just, like, hands on hips, like, you know, it's a pretty quiet neighborhood, which is wrong. Very wrong. And he's like, I haven't really ever seen any crime, which is also incredibly wrong. And he's like, you know, you just don't know until it hits you this close, which is right. Another one, the group home at one point, I don't have all the information on this, and I feel like you're going to want to know, but I went to school with a lot of these group home girls. Briefly, they'd all come back and run away for drugs. One time that I asked the girl how she started doing drugs. She was like, first time I did coke, I sucked a dick for it. And I was like, nice. Yeah. But one time they were bored.
Everybody's got to start somewhere, I guess.
It's a good jumping off point.
Is it though?
I know you get good at sucking dick and you get coke. I mean, it's win-win.
I guess you have to be good to get the coke.
I feel like you could give a real mediocre blowjob for some coke.
How much coke?
Not a lot.
Like a gram?
I don't know.
Pinky nail full?
Yeah,
like a bump.
You give it to them while they're
bump in my trunk.
Not us.
That's true freedom right there.
Yeah, I mean,
giving a girl coke while she's sucking your dick.
I allegedly. Woo! I
add that to my bucket list.
I've never done coke and I've never had my dick sucked, so I'm just I'm guessing.
I'm also guessing here, but man, does that sound nice.
I've seen you get your dick sucked.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
I was there.
You were the.
Yeah.
That was you in the corner.
Yeah, and you gave me all the. Coke. You gave me the coke.
Yeah.
I thought you would catch on to this earlier, but yeah, it was.
No wonder your haircut looks familiar.
Yeah, it's soft, isn't it?
Very.
When you grip it,
yeah.
which you do aggressively. I don't want to harp on that.
If I knew.
But anyway, these girls got bored.
I wouldn't have gripped so hard.
These girls got bored and they all took shits in the front yard and put sticks in them and made each other smell their shit sticks until they puked in the yard.
I love everything about that.
I love
everything about that.
And I went to school with a bunch of those girls, and you'd bring it up and they'd be like, "Yeah, it was just a we don't get out a lot, is what they said. They don't get to do enough activities, which I feel like that falls on the group home. You should have activities to prevent the teenage girls from shitting in the yard and making the other girls smell their shit until they puke.
That seems like
in
a
the
super
yard.
preventable activity to do.
You would
though.
think so.
Beyond
Because I've
preventable.
never shit in the yard and then made someone smell it.
I
might have
can
shit
follow
in
up.
the yard.
Yeah, I was saying I can follow up with the second part. The first part, I'm drinking.
I've
to
never
that one.
shit around people and then made them smell the shit, and then we both.
I'm
puke,
I'm a bit
I
too
don't have friends
self-conscious
like
for that.
that.
I
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't
I
even
feel like I can't call the dad squad and be like, "You guys want to shit in the yard?" and smell each other's
The
shit.
only
and see who
reason I would
pukes.
make you guys smell my shit is if like it was like an emergency situation where I was like, I think I'm dying. Does this smell?
Hey guys,
horrible to you?
I think you need to smell my shit. This is like an elaborate
It would only be
practical
an
joke.
emergency situation.
Guys, it's an emergency. I need you to smell my shit. What kind of emergency?
I don't know.
I need you to smell my
I
shit.
guess we'll know when it comes up.
Oh, I hope
What
it
if there's
does.
5 pieces of corn in it and we have to get to the bottom
Oh,
of
I'm
it?
like, you had the burrito. Oh, that's just a burrito shit,
Just-
buddy. Those will dust it off.
Can you smell it just to make sure?
But anyway, I forgot what my third one even was because
Yeah.
I should have finished with the group home girls shitting. But yeah, I've had some crazy neighbors. I currently have a crazy neighbor. I don't know if I've said it on here before. Both of my neighbors on each side are like very old men. One's a stand-up guy. I always talk to him. The other one's a piece of shit, and he has a pile of sticks and debris that was always there, and it's like a nuisance. And my other neighbor said it's been there 20 years. And that guy just won't the guy's crazy. He sings about George Washington cutting down the apple tree.
Nice.
I think he let my dog out. He might be dead right now. I haven't seen him in months. So we all have crazy neighbors.
I remember probably the craziest neighbor I ever had was actually when I was living in our old neighborhood. You know what street it was on.
Oh yeah. So yeah, you lived by the group home and the halfway house as well.
I lived across the street from the halfway house where the Burger King is right there. And
yeah. Oh, I always
yeah.
think you lived by the meat market.
Well, I lived like probably 6 or 8 houses.
Did.
Okay,
yeah.
so
See,
I lived on that
mine's
one
on
street.
6th. I'll say it. Go fucking find the halfway
Yeah, go
house and the
fucking
shitty
find it.
girls.
Yeah, I lived on and I also lived on. You go fucking find where I
now
fucking
feel like
lived,
that's
asshole.
too specific.
Yeah, okay,
6th
yeah,
Street's
bleep it
long.
out. Yeah, we can bleep those out. But okay, so on the first street that I was at, they're right across the street from a halfway house, so constantly shit outside.
A lot of
all the
halfway
time.
houses, I feel like there should be a sign or something.
You
know
just
what I mean?
to let you know.
Because you don't know sometimes. And
No, and it just
some of
looks
those people
shady.
are crazy. I heard a story. I think I read it in a book or something about a guy that it was his birthday at a halfway house. It was like a stranger. This dude was in the halfway house, and the stranger, it was his birthday, so he wanted to see if anyone would lube up their armpit so he could fuck it.
Ugh,
That type of shit.
that's rough.
And shout out to the people who use the halfway house as a rehabilitation service, but some of them are just absolutely insane.
But also shout out if you let me fuck your armpit.
yeah, I've never that's love. That's a
If you let me
deep
fuck your arm,
commitment.
yeah, that
I've
is
never
a lot
fucked
of
an
love.
armpit or the back. I think I'd go back of the knee.
What
to
if
be
you could do
honest.
both an armpit and the back of the knee in the same night just to compare the two? Would you?
Oh, I was thinking like something where they're like bent up weird, so you get both. Because we got nice size hogs. So
See,
you want,
I'm thinking more like they'd have to be like this.
Yeah,
Check the video.
Yeah, at the same time. Well, that's not an armpit. We could get into it. Is that? I like this a lot. This is doing it
You're
for
like,
me.
I don't like the angle I'm looking at you at when you say you're liking
I like
it a
when you
lot.
look up to me.
I hate looking up to you.
I know. I looked up to you because you let me down.
I look up to you because I have no other choice, Dad.
But yeah. Anyway, you're crazy neighbors.
The craziest one was at the other street, the one before that.
Yeah.
And he would constantly sit outside chain smoking cigarettes constantly
That's
because
just you in the future.
no, it can't be me. And we're gonna have to cut this out. It can't be me. It was can we say that?
No.
Yeah. So you're definitely gonna have to cut that out.
I don't know.
But so he would sit out there chain smoking all day, and he would always try to talk to me, but he was very clearly from somewhere deep, deep in the South, and I could not understand his dialect at all. It was just very thick. And I guess my dad was buddies with him because this is when we both lived in the bottom of this duplex over there.
Mm-hmm.
And he would tell me all these crazy stories about how he would just see the guy walking down the street. And at one time, and I'm not even making this up because this is from The Simpsons that you're going to recognize this. He was using an extension cord for a belt. He was using cable as a belt.
That's why I love that so much is because when I was in grade school, that was like a thing.
That was like a
kids
thing to
did.
do.
And
Yeah.
He's ragging on your cord.
This guy legit had a cord that he was using for a belt, and he's walking down
It's
the
not
street.
a bad move.
I mean, it's just not a good looking move. It doesn't look good.
mean, the areas we live, there wasn't a lot of good looking
Well,
moves
apparently
being
my
made.
dad befriended this guy in some way, and so he would like give him rides up and down the street, or or the guy would like go and find steel to trade in for the money and stuff like that, because apparently there was a bunch of his relatives living in that house and all of their kids, so there was like 6 adults and 13 kids there at any given time, and
it's crazy.
And I loved it because they were always playing trap music really loud at like 3 a.m, and I was in heaven pretty much, just lay there listening to trap, getting my dick sucked at like 3 a.m. Meanwhile,
we're gonna edit that out.
Why? Meanwhile,
The trap music.
Oh, why? I was gonna say
I was
because
sitting there getting my dick sucked.
I was sitting there getting my dick sucked, getting my dick beeped. Beep the suck part out.
Okay.
Beep. Put a bunch of random beeps in so people
I
question
want
what
someone
the
to
beeps
edit
are.
the podcast and just make unnecessary censorship.
I mean, you do edit the show, so
I mean someone else. Fuck, I'm not fucking doing any more work. You guys gonna pay me by going to www.thedapperdads.com/shop and buying 6 t-shirts.
6 specifically?
Yeah.
Get 6
of the
shots
same.
if you buy 6 shirts.
6 because the current one is light color and you'll spill pasta on it if you're like me.
It's true.
Even
Did you
when
get
you're not
pasta
eating
on the
pasta.
shirt?
I don't even have one of our shirts. Not one of those. I have the rare one.
God, I want the rare one so bad.
I need the other one too. I'm just lazy.
Well, I remember when and he would always tell me, be like, yeah, he asked me to buy him like a pack of cigarettes, and so I bought him some cigarettes, I bought him some lunch, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it sounds like you just pick this guy up on the side of the road and buy him stuff because you feel bad for him, you know, which I get, because I mean, that's a humanitarian thing to do. You can reach out like that. But then when we went to move out of there, I was carrying stuff out to my truck, and the dude kept asking me if I wanted help and stuff like that. And so I didn't want to be like, yeah, and then have him like expect some. Well, I just didn't want him to expect anything, you know, because I can't stand that shit. I remember one time I remember one time I was helping a friend move, and this guy was just walking with like a Dollar General bag, and there was another gas station bag that clearly had a bunch of big cans of beer in it. And we were carrying a bed upstairs into their apartment, and the guy was like, oh, do you need help with that? And we're like, yeah, man, we could use a hand if you don't mind. And he like gave us a hand, and then he was like, oh, can I have like $3?
Like when they go big. I had something like that, and someone
It's
helped
so
me, and they're
weird
like,
when
can I
they
have like $40?
And I was like, no.
Which I like when you got to start big, because then you meet somewhere in the middle, I assume.
What would you meet in the middle if somebody asked you for $40 for doing some shit like that?
Me driving away quickly.
Yeah, that's a good counter. I like that counter.
Yeah, I just say I don't have cash.
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of times I don't. But
Yeah,
even when I do.
Even when I do, I like to say I don't, because I don't need people to
When
know
I do, I have a lot of 20s, and I'm like willing to give you like $3 to $5, but I can't figure it out in my pocket, and I'm not pulling out 20s and then giving you $3 to $5
because that looks so shitty.
You either look like an asshole, or they're gonna run a fade.
Right.
They know what you got. I used to have a lot of people come and knock on my door and ask for a cup of sugar.
That's weird.
Yeah, that shouldn't happen.
I feel like that's
It's not-
code for something.
Yeah, I think they'd say sugar, and I think they would want you to get it while your screen door is. It's just
So
your
they could,
screen
like,
door
come in
open,
or
come
something?
in,
Yeah.
or to use your phone. And I'd be like, I can get you the phone. They'd be like, well, can I come in? And
It's
I'm
like, no.
Nah. Even when the cops would come to my house, and they're like, it's raining outside. Can I come in? I'm like, not today. Fuck face.
Sorry, don't you have
I
those
just
nice windbreakers that the
Shake
city
my
pays
penis
for?
at him like a teen wolf.
Speaking of things that the city pays for, can we talk about the Lime bikes for a second?
No, we can't. You're a fucking bitch. You got into it.
Yeah.
I seen you cruising down.
Yeah.
Just alone, sobbing again.
Yeah.
A lot of sobbing in your free time.
I mean, it's mostly just expelling fluids
Hair
in
in
my
the
free time.
wind.
Yeah,
Real
it got
loose.
into your mouth somehow. It was.
Yeah, I was
weird.
driving and one just went like a bag in the wind right
It
into my
just
mouth.
caught right in the back of your throat.
I ran over a kid, allegedly.
Allegedly assaulted
But
a
the
kid.
cop was like, hair in the mouth.
And then the
They're
cop
like,
was
we're trying to get. The cop comes, and I'm like, oh, they're coming to get me. I ran that kid over, but they keep going, and they pit maneuver you on a bike, and you just flip, and then they arrest you for looking dashing on a Lime bike.
Yeah. Well, Small Spare Change was the one who rented the Lime bike, and you know it always affects
Oh,
the
I
ones
know.
always affects the ones you love the most, you know.
Yeah.
And it's because she
That's who's
couldn't
gonna get
it's
you.
because she couldn't keep up with my walking gait, and so she had to ride a bike to keep
So
up
you
with.
weren't on a bike?
No, I did not touch the goddamn hellhole.
I've heard different.
Who did you hear that I was
I
on
have
a
a
Lime bike
private
from?
investigator that follows you around.
Well, you can tell Pepe Sylvia that he fucking sucks and he's not doing his job right.
Not Pepe. Not Pepe.
Oh, well, then whose business cards do I keep finding laying around?
That's an unrelated project that I'm working on.
Yeah?
I got a lot of pans in the fire, and they
Seems
all
very-
revolve around you.
Seems very related when it's all about me.
I have a lot of free time. I run a terrible podcast.
I run the world's best one, so I don't know what your problem is.
Yeah, I got another one. It's me talking about all the things I follow you around with.
So
me and the
terrible.
private investigator.
No, I did not. I can attest that I have never personally ridden a Lime bike, and I would like to keep it that way for as long as possible.
No, it's going to happen in the summer. The dads.
Out of necessity.
Picture 4 hot, steaming hot dads just cruising by on a Lime bike. They're going to be throwing bras at young
White
Kurt.
Nikes?
Please send us
Denim
Air
shorts?
Oh, I already put the denim shorts on this year.
Yeah.
They're like denim shorts that feel like sweatpants.
I don't have any denim shorts. I need some.
Oh, you got to make some.
Yeah.
I got a cutoff guy. He'll cut them off for you.
Yeah. We got a cutoff guy for the show?
We got a cutoff
You
guy.
need your cutoffs, come to the Dapper Dads.
When we started this, first expense, cutoff guy.
Yeah.
So buy 6 shirts. We got a cutoff guy. Unreasonable rates, if I'm going to be honest, but a quality product that I can't. You get these cutoffs from this guy, nothing else is the same.
if it's a pillowy soft cutoff, I'm not going to fight it.
The pillowiest.
The pillowiest, softest cutoff you ever had, cushioned between your 2 thighs.
Next one, because I feel like these are going to get long.
Yeah.
Best 90s cartoon.
Honestly, I'm going to say the Dilbert cartoon for me. That's my favorite. That was my
favorite.
favorite.
This is upsetting.
What's your favorite?
I was thinking I felt like Nickelodeon.
Like Nickelodeon shows?
Yeah, that's what I picture as a cartoon. Dilbert was not aimed at us, but then we watched it and it formed us into the weird adults we are today.
Yeah, because I was into a Simpsons, obviously.
Yeah,
that's
Simpsons,
the obvious
hands down.
choice.
That's still the obvious choice.
I mean, it's not as quality anymore, but like if we're talking
Still
about
watch it
shows
every
that
Sunday.
I would say if we're talking shows that made me and raised me, The Simpsons is the way to go for it. You know?
If you want to hear us go back and forth with fucking Simpsons quotes,
like references and scenes and stuff like that,
you're top notch. You and Matt are like. It's ridiculous.
The
worst is when you're around people that don't watch Simpsons and something happens and you're like, here we go. It's the perfect. And you quote something, they're just like, what? And you're like,
I think the best thing about you guys is I can even send those really obscure Simpsons shit posts and they make sense because I know you've seen every episode about 300 times like I have.
Oh, yeah. I watch it 5 days a week. It's on
It's
FXX.
worth it.
And literally, I'd say 83% of my television watching is Simpsons reruns.
It's not bad.
No, it's the best decision. Thank you, FXX, for doing that. I wish there was just a Simpsons channel 24 hours a day.
Yeah, I would watch it.
Be all I watch.
You could fund it.
It's hopefully buy 6 shirts for Simpsons.
We want to start a 24-hour nothing but Simpsons pirate podcast.
Pirate podcast.
So buy 6
just
shirts.
The audio.
Yeah, just the audio from the episodes while we draw them very quickly on Facebook Live.
Yeah, I have a Simpsons tattoo, so
yeah,
I'm indebted.
It's in there.
I hope they don't make any bad decisions.
Yeah, I don't know. Apparently, the whole Apu thing's a thing. But
very irritated about that.
Also, but we're not going to harp on it.
But favorite 90s cartoon, I'm thinking, like children. I was Nickelodeon kid. I didn't fuck with Disney.
See, I
dabbled in other things.
I
like
fucked with
the
Cartoon
Spider-Man.
Network.
Cartoon Network?
Yeah.
You had a weird childhood, man.
Man, I loved the Cartoon Network. Dexter's Laboratory, Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I feel like I was a little
Courage the
older.
Cowardly Dog, Johnny Bravo.
Curd's cartoon.
Yeah, Curd's the Cowardly Dog.
The Misadventures of Curd.
I'd watch it.
I'd watch the shit out of it.
I'd watch it 5 days a week. Yeah, fund it.
24 hours.
The Misadventures of Curd.
Yes, please, God. Someone draw that.
God.
There's enough. You guys know what Curd looks like now. He's in everything.
There's enough misadventures that we could get. We could get at least a 6-episode season made.
Curd in a big bush. Like if it's gonna be a cartoon, the bush can should be just slightly smaller than him. I think.
Yeah, like it should be big enough that it looks like he has to carry it around with like a type of backsling.
Oh yeah.
But like it's uncomfortably large, but like not large enough that he can't like tip it back with 2 hands and start drinking.
Oh yeah, and he drinks the shit out of it.
How many ounces are we thinking? 250 instead of the 25?
I don't know. We're gonna have to research this.
I don't know
what our R&D.
How big do you think a 250-ounce beer is?
I don't think we need to get off on this. We got to keep this patent pending.
I just want to know where I can get a 250-ounce beer.
I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna faint.
You just pull one out.
Yeah, like as a matter of fact, our new sponsor.
I mean, it's big, but like, I don't know.
Thought it would be bigger.
I thought it'd be big.
I was a big Nickelodeon fan. What I've been watching recently and what is just insane that it ever existed and definitely formed me into the person I am, Ren and Stimpy. My dad
absolutely.
fucking loved Ren and Stimpy because now rewatching it as how he was probably my age when it was on and I was a kid. It's fucking like, how did that happen?
It's incredible when you look back on it. There's so many things on that show they got away with.
John Kay, the artist, and he said that they censored him. That was the problem. And I'm like, they censored you? There's the episode where Don't Whiz on the Electric Fence.
Yeah.
And Ren unzips his body and it's just like fleshy inside. I rewatched that one recently. And I was just like, how in the fuck was this a kid's show? How was this a show? And how was it a kid's show? But like that one fucking, I don't know. Just like, it's a fucking trip. I like Doug. I've been watching a lot of Doug.
Doug was good. Rocket League. You remember Rocket League?
Rocket Power?
Was it? I thought it was Rocket League.
I think you're mixing up Action League now and Rocket Power.
There's no way I watched that much TV as a kid.
That's all I did. Rocket Power was incredible.
Yeah.
Like underrated. People talk
Super
a lot of shit about it.
underrated.
That was so good when he did the McTwist. What was it? When the fucking tennis ball. This is just gonna be us
just
reminiscing about
about
episodes.
old cartoons.
Hey Arnold was incredible.
Hey Arnold was fantastic.
Rugrats was classic.
Top choice.
I like the 90s Spider-Man cartoon. Rewatched that recently. Does not hold up at all. Realized a lot of it is just him like the same shots of him slinging through the city like over and over. Like they couldn't really put things together.
You remember the X-Men cartoon from the 90s?
Yeah.
That shit was so hot.
The fucking
I
Spider-Man
that.
one with Venom and Carnage.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was a big Spider-Man fan as
You
a
excited
kid.
for the Venom movie coming out?
I am. I don't watch any of that shit. I watch like the older Spider-Mans. There's just too many now. But
Yeah.
like that
Looks so
I watched like the
good.
first two Spider-Mans because they fucking fucked up Venom by making him Eric Foreman.
Yeah,
you can
it
suck
was
my
like-
whole dick
It was
if you
so
thought
horrible.
that was
If you thought
the
Spider-Man
fucking
3 was any fucking
Venom
good
in
at
the
all,
cartoon and the comic books is like ripped, like built. You know what I
Scary
mean?
ripped.
Big dude.
because
like, that's the whole thing.
The whole point of the symbiote is he's supposed to be unstoppable.
Yeah.
They adapt to their environment, and so like they adapt to be the most survivable organism.
Yeah.
And so obviously they're huge,
He's
they're
just-
ripped, they're terrifying.
And then
you know?
Carnage was just crazy. And then it got
Did you
on
watch
him.
the trailer for it?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
It looks good. I gotta see the whole thing. I feel like I'm gonna be because I had the Venom comic books, which is if you want to talk about some more shit
Oh,
kids
that was
shouldn't
some
have.
dark shit.
My parents were just like comic books. They're for children, and I was really into comic books as a
Oh
kid.
my god, my mom did the same thing.
And yeah, Venom. I had like the first one, and it's called License to Kill, and he just murders everybody. It's insane.
just because.
Or like I had Batman Black and White, which is like the really adult Batman one.
Yeah.
So I'm reading like Spider-Man's and like Green Lantern. My Green Lantern was black. I never get
Yeah,
like what happened when there was the movie. I was like, this isn't right. But like the real general ones, I had like Ren and Stimpy comic books, The Simpsons comic books.
Oh, yeah.
And then I had some shit like Spawn. Spawn was fucking
The Spawn
crazy.
comics, that stuff was nuts. You remember the
Not
Spawn
for
cartoon?
children. Yeah.
That was
I
incredible.
just rewatched the
loved
Spawn
the Spawn
movie, and I was
cartoon.
like, it doesn't hold up with the graphics, but like the whole fucking idea of it.
You know they're
is, like,
rebooting it, right?
yeah, which I've heard like he's not gonna talk throughout the whole thing.
That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I
How's
don't
he
know.
not going to talk?
Todd McFarlane's a weirdo.
Yeah, but he makes some good quality action figures.
He does. But yeah, there's a lot of good cartoons. I feel like I can't.
I
have
feel like
kids.
if it was mostly cartoon in the 90s, it was pretty much good quality. You know, 80s cartoons had their own feel that I
I
I
like
can
some of
respect
it.
and I appreciate. But like,
fuck Scooby Doo though.
Scooby-Doo, that was more like a 60s thing though, wasn't
I mean,
it? That was like a
it's
Hanna-Barbera
It's still going
cartoon.
on though. It like
Yeah,
was,
it just
it's
keeps
one of those
going.
ones where you're like, this has to be old. That's how I feel about SpongeBob now. Like I see
Yeah.
one and I'm like, it's got to be one of the old
Well,
ones.
that's
It's
because
like,
we
man.
were alive for like the OG SpongeBob episodes back
Yeah.
like the first 4 seasons when every single one was perfect, like where all the memes come from these
Yeah.
days. Like, yeah, we were watching the good old SpongeBob.
A lot of good cartoons. And now, like, I know people who have kids, and I watch what these kids watch,
and it's
I'm like,
horrible.
what is this shit? They're
It's
not
just
even cartoons
garbage.
anymore. If I have a
No.
kid, I'm just gonna like show them all the cartoons.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be that dad that's like, you gotta like the things I liked when I was a kid. 'cause
See, I
your
feel like I'm
shit's stupid.
I feel like I'm gonna do that, but I feel like in a way as a father, you have to nourish that in some ways because you can't be behind on the times. You know, you can't expect.
No,
your,
I'm just standing firmly in
well,
a
I mean, you can't
different
expect your
decade
kids to
forever.
have the same experience you had growing
Then
up
I'll
just
get
because
rid
they're
of
your
them.
kid.
Well, no, they're not gonna have the experience I had growing up. I'm gonna be a good dad.
Yeah, exactly. You
I'm
want to
gonna
give
be
them something better,
responsible.
you know?
But I'm gonna show them weird. I'm gonna show them Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, as far as like artwork I like, and when I draw, if I do, is like Ren and Stimpy and Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And then I know there's always like a third thing, but like that trifecta is like beautiful. The fucking Ren and Stimpy where they're rubber nipple salesmen.
That
I
one
can't
is-
forget how bad my dad laughed at it, and I rewatched it recently, and I was like, this is unbelievable. Again, shouldn't exist, and it's incredible when they go to the horse's door and they're like, we're rubber nipple salesmen. He's like, rubber nipples? I don't need any rubber nipples. Do you have any rubber walrus protectors? And he holds up a walrus, and the walrus goes, call the police. Who the fuck even thinks of that?
Yeah.
Like that whole show, I watch it and I'm like, it's like a crazy acid trip times like 100.
Man,
like,
I really want to do acid and watch Ren and Stimpy now. That sounds
We're gonna
like
have
a
to
really
edit
good
that
time.
out.
Why?
just the Ren and Stimpy part. I really want to do acid. All right, and then the third one here, the Teen Wolf Penis Epidemic. I remember, I think it was on like VH1 or something, like one of those like facts you didn't notice. And I was living with my ex at the time, and they were like, some guy at the end, he helicopters his dick. And they're like, it's still like, they didn't catch it for like ever, so it's in the DVD. And we found her grandpa's DVDs, and he had Teen Wolf, and I went, because I'm like, there's no fucking way. Went to the scene, and yeah, it's a guy in like a leather jacket. It's someone like me. Like it would, if you had the opportunity, like shout out to that guy. If that's the best thing he ever did in life, it's still miles ahead of anything I'll ever do.
Yeah.
But just whips it out and spins it around. And it's like a family movie about, a teenage wolf going through hard times.
In London.
Winning. I don't think it was in London. That's a different movie. That's not a family movie. Rewatched that recently.
That's a great one.
Beautiful.
Oh,
when they're watching the porno in that one is so ridiculous, and I forget how
and no one ever talks about it.
I know, that's the best
I feel like
part.
that's what you got to tell people if they've never seen the movie. Be like, hey, but watch out for that porn though.
The porno, it's so like over the top and like hilarious. But yeah, I don't even know. I would show my penis in every movie if I had the option.
Mad Max Fury Road. That's my favorite movie, and I want to flash my dick in that scene where the guy is like
I feel
playing
like it's
the
gotta be
flamethrower guitar.
It's got to be an old movie.
Like
That
old
dick
movie?
fits, like 80s, like a Teen Wolf.
Tommy
movie.
Boy. I want to show my dick off in Tommy
That
Boy.
would be good.
Yeah,
Like I want
background of the scene where he's in the diner and talking about the chicken wings. Like when the waitress is just like staring at him in the back, have me just be like.
I was thinking about the part where he gets. I think it's that same scene where he's been hit in the face.
Yeah.
And he's like, does my face have something on it? Not like here and not here, but like,
but, like,
right
right
here. And it's a
here.
huge mark in Dave's face. Like, I don't see anything. I want to be wiggling my dick like right next to his face. So he's like, not here and not here. And he like gestures at my, and I'm just.
No, it can't be too
helicoptering.
obvious. It has to be something.
I want it to be
it has to be subtle, like the American Werewolf thing.
I want to.
Like,
I think I want to shake my dick in Roadhouse because it's my
Good
favorite
choice.
movie ever. And like, I'd like to have. The movie's ridiculous. If you haven't watched Roadhouse, I can't even accept you as a person.
yeah.
But I will watch it with you. I watched it a couple weekends
We'll
ago.
watch you become a human. It's great.
Because I watched it not knowing what it was at a friend's apartment. It was just on TV, and I was like, this is going to be stupid. And then by the end, I was like, they just don't make movies like that anymore.
No.
But my favorite scene is when Patrick Swayze and like his friend, who's kind of like his mentor, and like I always forget that guy's name. I know people are going to be pissed because it's like some guy that's been in a bunch of shit. But there's a great scene where Patrick Swayze's really flying off the handle, and he's in a barn, and he's like punching a punching bag, and the guy's like, you gotta calm down. He's like, you gotta calm down. And then he climbs the ladder in the barn to another level and starts punching like another punching bag, and the guy's like, you gotta calm down. And I always wish he just kept like
Climbing
30
levels.
minutes of him just climbing to
But
different
getting like
levels and
swoller
punching.
the more he
Yeah,
climbs because he just keeps
things.
punching
and
his
they
bag.
just keep punching different things. But if it was how the movie goes, when he's punching that bag and that guy's like, you got to calm down, he climbs up. I'm just on the second level, just swinging dick. And he's just punching a punching bag, and I'm just fucking
Okay, I can reason
spinning
with
it
that.
around.
That's fair.
That'd be
yeah,
a good
that's
one.
good.
When I read this submission, the first thing I thought of, which I don't want it to happen, but for some reason, when you just have that first thought of a movie, Mighty Ducks. Just me swinging my dick in Mighty Ducks, which I feel like is a bad decision.
Mine didn't really make any sense. Mine was swinging my dick in the Velociraptor diner scene in Jurassic Park. Just
That's a
like,
good one.
like because like behind the green thing there, like they see like the raptors, but then it's me just.
Yeah.
Just
Or like when
being
the
spinning
water's going, and they're like, what's that? And then it's just me spinning my dick.
And when the guy runs into the porta, he opens it and it's just me spinning
Spin
dick,
my
and then he
dick.
shuts it and goes
It's just
into the
me
other
running
one.
in the porta potty, and I'm just spinning my dick, and I get 8, but it's just my dick still spinning.
Yeah.
Bites me torso, takes
Dick
it off.
still
Dick
spins.
still spinning.
You start
They're
flying
like-
away.
They're like,
The lower half of your torso just.
what if you could spin your dick so hard that you helicopter out of there?
Well, there's a support
You're at like a
group.
lame party, and you're like, I think I'm gonna take off and just start spinning.
Well,
your
we
dick.
do have a support group for if your dick falls off and flies around the room like a helicopter.
Yeah, it doesn't fall off. I think it's more
Fly
of like
off.
it flies off and spins around. So
Yeah.
I guess our
So we're talking about if the dick stays on the body and carries you away. I do it
Yeah.
all the time. I get out of every situation that way. Every single
what would
one.
be the best situation to fly away with a helicopter dick?
You have.
I don't know if we do we bleep that out.
Can we?
I think
Should we?
I think we should. I don't think we should be saying it.
Uh,
It's funny because no one knows what it is.
yeah, but then they're
also.
gonna know when we talk about it like
Yeah,
this.
but the bleep just makes it very weird.
Uh,
Anyway, I also like a funeral. Again, I
you
think
have-
funeral is the best setting for all of our
like it has to be
shenanigans.
like a very close person's funeral.
Like
though,
a
so
closed casket funeral. I'm in the casket. Helicopter dick starts up.
no,
I
from
burst
under
through the
I
casket.
was say under the
and fly
casket.
up
We
to heaven.
under the casket, we just start hearing like.
We're like, what is that? someone leave their phone in a casket, like happens from time to
Yeah.
time, and then I just burst through the casket, my dead body. So I'm like, I'm burning, but my helicopter dick, and they're like, there he goes.
No,
he made
I need
it
to feel
heaven.
like if you're embalmed, like you're technically planking because then your body's just going while the dick's
Yeah,
flying.
that's what but I mean the dead weight, you'd be, you know what I mean?
No, but if you're
You'd be
dead, you're
arched.
embalmed, and so like you're
rigor
like,
mortis.
Yeah, you're very stiff, so like your body's
So
stiff,
you're
but your
really
dick is
flying,
still flying
too.
out. Yeah,
I imagine,
you basically look like you're planking, but your dick is carrying you up into the ether.
I see where you're coming from now, and I like it a lot. I picture closed casket because I died in a brutal way, and my dick starts helicoptering. I blow through the casket. Two groupies. I fly up to heaven, and everyone's like, at least he went up to heaven, and then I just plummet to hell. Like I get to heaven, and I'm like still helicoptering. I'm like, what's up, Jesus? Because we're like kind of cool.
Yeah.
And he's like, just can't let you in. We're at capacity right now.
You just
you're wearing
Jesus.
You're wearing a hat. They're like, we can't let hats in here. Someone, it's been a whole ordeal.
No, what would you do if you
tight dress code?
You get up to heaven and they're like, you can't get in. You're wearing a hat. And you're like, oh, well, I'll take the hat off. And they go, well, we got footage of you wearing the hat, so like we can't let you in heaven.
This is a specific incident that happened to me at a bar.
It is, but since we're talking about shitty bars, fuck Mary's Place. We never said that on the show.
Oh yeah, fuck Mary's Place.
Never
Holy
go
shit.
there again. Fuck Mary's Place.
Out of any place we've said fuck, we don't support some of the bars in Rockford, but Mary's Place takes the cake. They stole $50 from Matt the God.
They
so if you're going to Mary's Place, steal $50 from them, allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly. And if you like people who do heroin to steal your money, go to Mary's Place and have the people behind the bar steal your money and then fight with you when you try to tell them that your heroin addicted bartender stole their money.
And
and then be a real huge ass about it afterwards after your employee steals from us.
We're gonna allegedly throw a brick through a Mary's Place window.
No middle fingers, just thumbs down. We're just
very
disappointed. Very disappointed in Mary's
Place forever.
Fuck them forever. If you don't go to Mary's, come to CJ's.
Yeah, call us. We'll be out.
Call us and we'll meet you at CJ's.
We'll be your sponsor. If you feel a craving to go to Mary's Place, just call us and one of us will come meet you at CJ's, a respectable bar that I've never had issues at, with wonderful people and good times to be had.
Wonderful times.
What was I gonna say? Probably something about helicoptering my dick.
I don't know, man.
Sometimes you just gotta shake it. Shake your dick at someone today.
Shake it and hopefully it helicopters off and
shake it
you
and
get
fly
pulled
over.
up into heaven.
Yeah, what's another good scenario? Like you at work and you're just like, I'm sick of this shit. Helicopter dick out. I picture like an Inspector Gadget
it's got to be a
scenario
situation.
with the
It's got to be a situation at work where it's like, no, I'm leaving, and they're like, you can't leave, and I'm like,
like, tell that to me.
Don't even say anything. Just like give them that real hard look.
Yeah, you're like you're confused. Like it's never happened.
Like no
before.
one's ever told me I can't go somewhere, and I'm like,
Yeah, I feel like it's got to be like an Inspector Gadget type thing instead of the jetpack.
Go Gadget helicopter dick?
Yeah, Go Gadget dick.
Think he had one?
A friend of mine once told me at a job we worked at together that he wished he had Go Gadget dick so he could just bring it to the other side of the building and surprise people with it, which isn't a bad move.
No.
If you had a genie.
Specific.
If you had a genie that only worked with dick-oriented wishes, that'd be one of my three. 3 quick, very specific dick-oriented wishes from the Dick Genie.
That it is detachable but reattachable at any time. Think about the prank ability.
Okay, I was like, I need something.
Being able to take your
erect, maybe cleaning.
Okay, think about it like this. Like you just pull your erect dick off and just
I'm down.
Okay, like think about this. Like you and me are somewhere and like you're ordering something through the drive-thru. I just pull my erect dick off and like stick it on the dash of your car. That you turn around and there's just a dick right there,
and it's real.
And it's a real dick. It's my dick, and I'm just like and then I just stick it back on. Yeah, and everything's fine. It works the same. I can piss fine. I can just take it on and off. So detachable penis, really.
I feel like you got to be real stern with the rules of that. I feel like genies are always trying to like.
There's always like that
fuck
underhanded. Yeah, because there's like a curse with it.
They're like, yeah, you can have a detachable dick, but then sometimes you don't get it on right, and you go to pee, and you're like expecting like a normal pee because you don't have other.
But it feels
points.
like stuck in
but
there.
But then it just pours out of the bottom.
Oh, out of the base and like squirts out the sides.
You gotta like pop it in and twist it.
It's worse than like
in.
having it like split the stream at the head.
It's like splitting the stream under your balls.
It's like when you don't like put the grip tape on a shower head and all the water just comes out.
Yeah. It's just like that.
My poor dick.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people have said about it. That's your number one review.
That's pretty much my number one thing I would do with my dick. Extendo dick, I would say. Just like
I was gonna say I'd like to make it bigger when I feel like
bigger at will. I don't want to say smaller at will.
I woke up very late the other day, and I was
with a massive erection.
no erection. That's what comes into play. I was very frazzled. You ever wake up and you need to be somewhere in like 10 minutes? Or you ever wake up several hours after you're supposed to be somewhere?
Yeah,
and I was like, oh shit. And I just like, if that shit, I have to wake up and like gently step into my day. Otherwise, I'm just
I know
the whole day
if,
I'm a nightmare. It'll be like 10 hours later, and I'm still like, what the fuck is going on?
Because you were rushed during your morning ritual.
So I was rushed, and I like still wanted to shower. So I'm like trying to get ready, and I shower, get naked, in front of the mirror. Probably one of my big. You know how you have a big dick day?
Was it an innie?
No, I'm saying I had. I took a couple extra minutes. Huge dick day.
Yeah.
Like probably the best one I've ever had.
I had a surprise big dick day the other day. I was taking a piss, and when in my bathroom downstairs, there's the mirror here and like the toilet.
Oh,
so
I know.
You glance over. You see how things are
I love a
proportioning.
good dick mirror.
Good glance over. See how things look proportionally, you know? Because you got your point of view, but you want to see like the real deal.
One time I was
looking. I was like, damn.
One time I was at a bar.
Hanging low today.
They had a mirror that was next to the urinal for some reason, and someone had written objects in the mirror are smaller than they appear.
That's
and
nice.
I was like, very nice. But yeah, it's people don't talk about it enough. You have big dick days, you have small dick days, you have just normal dick days.
Yeah, it's like good hair days and bad hair days. You got your good dick day and your bad dick
and
day.
you don't, and it's a gamble. Like if someone's like $50 right now, where's your dick sitting at? I can not even ballpark it.
No.
I can throw what I'm hoping for out there, but it's probably not gonna be what I want.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was like running late. I pulled that thing out, that motherfucking thing. I was like, God damn! I don't take dick pics anymore.
Had to be late for work because you had to admire it a little bit.
Yeah, it was like, all plans are canceled because Daddy's having a big dick day. I don't know what to do with it. It's like, you want to show someone?
You put my sweater
on. Is it
on.
inappropriate to send a text to the dad chat of if I'm having just like a glory? This had to be a top 3 big dick day for me. It was just like,
if it's a top 3 big dick day, I feel like it's okay to send to the dad
because
chat.
like
as long as it's one of those messages where you gotta like hold it down to look at it, so we can like choose to check out the good dick day if we want.
Yeah,
you know?
I'll put an emoji over it and I'll say in 30 seconds the real thing's coming.
Just put like an emoji over the head, and then like that can help me gauge whether I want to check out the rest or not.
So you want so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
You want me to put an emoji over the head of my dick so you're seeing shaft and balls because the head's really going to be the game changer. I'm not saying big head day. I have a normal sized dick, huge head. Scary. Called the doctor. They said not to come in. They said we can't fix that. Just the head, like a mushroom situation. What emoji do I use?
The mushroom one, obviously.
I'm gonna get drunk and do this to you, and it's not gonna be a big dick.
I'm gonna screenshot the shit out of this and keep it in that folder with the other pictures I keep of you that you don't want me to have.
Those sound worse than they are. None of them are dick related.
No,
what if
but
I was
they are
like,
bad.
what if I was like, boys, big dick day, don't want to be that guy, top 3, and I send it to you, and it's just very underwhelming.
How about you send it? How about you say that to the dad chat, and we'll each respond if we want it. You can send it to like as a personal message to each of us if we wanted.
That feels
that's
personal.
worse. Yeah, just send it out to the chat. But unsolicited though.
I'm not unsolicited. I'm coming in hot. With a warning.
There's a difference between coming in hot and unsolicited. Even if you're coming in hot with a warning, it's still
I'm
unsolicited.
coming when I send the picture. I'm waiting for that perfect time.
That's sad.
Vinegar strokes, and you see the face, and you see the ejaculate expelling from my member. If we can keep it classy,
I guess
it's helicoptering. So I'm coming everywhere.
It's like when hippos do the shit with their tail.
It's just like a hippo, and the cheeks are my balls. But yeah, I'm trying to think of the best way. So is it a 2 out of 3 thing? Like if 2 dads say yes, the dick's coming out?
Yeah, I say
someone's
that's fair.
gonna say no.
Well, yeah, someone's always gonna say
fair.
no.
You guys know.
Majority vote rule.
We're very close. We haven't seen each other's penis willingly and specifically.
Yeah.
But if I'm having a big day, yeah, you're gonna see your
I think we're having a
dicks.
big dick day. Yeah.
Big dick day.
You gotta show off.
And then we realize
it's
we're
not
all
gay.
having big dick days.
What if we're
it's
all
not gay if you're having a big dick day?
It's not gay if you're all having big dick days.
That's true. It's just a fun party.
Oh yeah, nothing like a big dick party.
Well, this spiraled out of control.
Oh yeah, this was a wild.
We're gonna have to cut out all the dick talk.
Nah.
You know how to talk that dick talk. That dick talk.
I'm about to fuck this cash up on a new dick.
That would have been better. All right.